Amazing evening, Nigeria. Welcome to Updates with Precious. Always a pleasure to bring on an update of things that happen for inside Nigeria. Another beautiful day for us to look at some things and we share for inside our country. And welcome. Now here with the breakdown conversations they get to do with our country. I will break them down to our countryman language so that all of us could feel they carried along for things that happen for inside our country. A beautiful day it is, right? Oh yeah, make I begin summer on with the hot topics and we say we get this evening. Sharply, before I go introduce them to the guest who I get for inside the house, and then we could begin dissect this conversation them one at a time. Hard like that. All right, we could go down there. Okay, breaking again. Suspected APC thugs attack ADC meeting in Ondo, and three people hospitalized. Now, you don't like say you don't become a norm for inside Nigeria when it be say if opposition one whole meeting now talks them now don't begin attack them because it don't happen for different areas. It don't happen for Kaduna State. It don't happen for Lagos here when road survivor they won't declare intention to join ADC, and it don't happen now for Ondo State again. Not forget the one way happen with the attack on Malami for Kebbi State. So it be like say don't they become tradition. So again, it don't happen for inside Ondo State. But Aregbesola is not having it because he said no, we're not having it. He said we are not cowards. No one can intimidate us. Aregbesola don't declare amid renewed attacks by APC terrorists on ADC. That's why you don't talk. Now, enough is enough. End insecurity. Protests don't erupt for inside Kogi after terrorists killed three policemen. The video data will also look into them. 2027. What is coming is not just an election. It is going to be war. Who talked this one? Henry Shield. Who in be? You go know when the time come. Malan Jabri don't knock Kebbi governor over inauguration of new APC secretariat despite the deplorable condition of their health facilities for Kebbi State. Remember, saying that there way reporter go report how deplorable the health situation, the health facilities then they will make they can't even arrest the reporter. But since we go report something, they arrest them. Then inaugurate new APC secretariat. As a matter of fact, it be like say party they important pass people health and governance. Economic hardship, Tinubu others fake committee to crash food prices. The federal executive council can't crash food prices. The problem is say now the food where government plants now they won't crash. I mean, now the one where insecurity allow people go farm now they won't crash. We'll never know yet. But when we say enter inside that matter, we'll begin digging into them. Back to politics. ADC don't react as court don't order David Mark Aregbesola orders to stop parading as leaders. Another court injunction. Just yesterday, where INEC don't declare them. Courts don't come. Nigeria will not sister amaze you. Don't judge us by result of August 16. By August 16 by election. ADC now they talk down. So not carry the eye way they use look the August 16 by election look us to no look us like that. Vindication for rule of law. ADC chieftain hails INEC's recognition of David Mark and Aregbesola as leaders. Now, borrowing under Tinubu administration is strategic, not reckless. APC knocks Peter Obi. Say, why you two they tell us anything? Why you two they talk? The borrowing, where would they borrow? They strategic. You not be say we just spend anyhow. Police arrest self-acclaimed Obi of Lagos. Halt planned coronation. You go the one that say which crime in commit. We will reach there when the time reach. Bago urges headsmen to embrace ranching. That one said day. We will look into them when the time reach. And then 2027, please INEC move against early campaigns. Are they also moving against early signboard for 2027 across major cities, including Abuja? We never know when the time reach. We'll go see them. Tinubu to address world leaders at UN General Assembly September 24. Okay. And SARU Commander Usman jailed 15 years for role in Kuje prison break. Only 15 years. Now they give up. Nigerian doctors declare 5-day nationwide warning strike. After that one, they say they go enter the mother of all strikes. Well, all this matter and more, now we carry comfort the most this evening. I'd like to say a big thank you to all of you who follow us for inside the building today. Come join us for inside it. So joining me for inside the studio, now Dr. Maduka. Dr. Maduka, na man will be say Dr. Sonny Maduka, and a man will be say Sabi well, and he don't join us inside the studio. Dr. Maduka, thank you so much for obliging us once again. It's good to see your lovely face and to see your ever smiling face on the platform again. Thank you so much for joining us, sir.
Thank you, Precious. It's a pleasure.
Thank you, sir.
How are
So,
you?
so I'm very well, thank you, sir. Thank you. What do I say too? Sanu, what do I say? Oh, I know
Now
Sanu.
good day.
Now good day, my brother. Now good day. Well, all right. So I don't know whether you heard the news about ADC, INEC confirming David Mark and Aregbesola as ADC leaders, right? And that one don't bring a lot of happiness. But should that be uhuru? Is this something that everybody would just say, oh, things don't do okay because of say they don't affirm them? Abi, may they still continue to do with more work. As if they say court order don't come into the fact the faction, a particular faction, where they led by Nafiu Bala. Remember saying Nafiu Bala saying that him be the authentic chairman. They don't get court order now to stop David Mark and Aregbesola from parading themselves as the legitimate um, leaders of the party. Just now, just the day after they don't declare them winner. How you take this one? You see litigation upon litigation for inside ADC just now. What do you see happening based on this recent developments now?
But I knew it's going to come out this way,
Mm.
because ADC, they've done everything INEC needed them to do. They
Hmm.
don't give all the paper, everything.
So you feel say INEC
So,
didn't have a reason not to declare them?
yeah. So
Hmm.
there's nothing they can do than to just recognize them as the authentic leader of ADC. And even yesterday, I was just telling a friend, I said, this is just the beginning of the problems, because court is coming up. And of course, I wasn't wrong in that my designing speech yesterday to some of my
Hmm.
friends.
So
Yeah,
you been don't see him. He dey like say you see him as a vision already.
yes, because
Mm.
the court has become something that I don't even know what to describe it. It's all about where do you belong, and it's unfortunate. The court's supposed to be the lifeline of democracy, but I don't know. One, why should you, in that instance, just stop them without even hearing um, allowing the other party to, come up with whatever they have in stock? From what you can deduce by this hurry court issue, you go know say na hand of Esau be voice of Jacob, and they say, APC is really working hard, and the working hard is that they are looking at parties that are going to give them stress in 2027.
So you think all this
And
the handiwork of the APC?
well, definitely, because from what is happening, from all the indication, you can deduce it, because I don't know why within the internal framework of that party, the SY chairman must have petitioned INEC, must have done all whatever, and INEC must have examined his petition, must have looked everything. Because INEC, they have their own lawyers, they have their department of, their legal department. So before they will come out to recognize David Mike,
Yeah.
chairmanship,
Mm.
they've gone through the legal implications or
Mm.
whatever. So now, court coming to just shut it down is something that I knew is going to happen, because, like, I think it's Aregbesola that said that 2027 is going to be a war. And I'm telling you, from 2026, a lot is going to happen, a lot, because
Mm.
there's a lot of backbiting, there's a lot of fighting, there's a lot of things going on. It's like, I don't know. It's just my own idea. It's a personal view. It's like APC doesn't want any opposition. And I
But
think they
a lot of people don't they talk that one. Even the APC themselves don't deny and say, they possible, say they no go want any opposition. Even though say the president been don't talk, say if the opposition no people their house together, saying in gain, so saying no send them, saying they happy about the thing, right? But even at that one, some core APC supporters go tell you, say, na the responsibility of the leadership of the opposition to bring themselves together. Because if person tell you say may you die, you go tell yourself, say God forbid I no go die. You go do your best to make sure say you survive, right? So why you think say these opposition people them just they I don't know what I go say na weak. Why be say they dey vulnerable to most of these purported attack or infiltration by the APC if it's actually correct that there is an infiltration?
Precious, let me tell you, Precious. Let me tell you, principle. There's a value, moral principle that people can stand on. But if you look at politicians, most of them don't have idea about what principle means, what value means, what morality means. You know, they can be bought over by any means. That is why you see this the campaign. People don't have an idea about what ideology means. For instance, I give you an instance. In US, you have two parties, Republican and Democrat. You hardly see any decampy. Even if your party is going down, you hardly see it. That is
But
opposition.
we don't say Trump
But
in date
it's
at some
not
point
so.
Trump be dey tilted towards Democrats. So at some point before he can become a core Republican.
But he
People
couldn't.
don't always cite that as
He
an
couldn't
example.
because yeah, but he couldn't because the institution there is very strong. The institution doesn't give an individual absolute power, just like what we have here.
Mm.
Here, the spoken word of a president is an absolute power. But there, they have to subject it to institutional framework or institutional view. For instance, the Supreme Court has to look at whatever the president put up, and where those whatever the president put up is not in conformity to the welfare of the citizens, the Supreme Court will nullify it. But it's not done here because you can see that the president is more or less the Supreme Court judge, is more or less the executive president, is not everything. So it is
How?
said. Yeah, but what I don't but it's intuition. You should know because the president appoints the chief justice. So
Mhm.
should I appoint my enemy?
So by extension, na him dey in control of waiting the Chief Justice
That
go do.
is
If
it. Yeah, where you have a
wow.
good institution. Yeah, where you have a good institution, it is not the president that should, the inspector general of police, the Supreme Court judge should not at least have the absolute, authorization of the president. It should have an institutional involvement. There should be a way people should, be elevated to certain position. It's just like INEC, you know. So when you have these three bodies called to the democracy being handpicked by a president, how do you think they can work? And don't forget, like you asked me a question about why do we think it is all about betrayal. Like I said, Nigerians have not understood why they should be able to stand firm to their belief. They
Mm.
should understand that money is not everything. Yes. And I was telling somebody that I said, look, when other countries are running away from France, our president is embracing France. And
Even
you
in
keep
private
you ask
conversations.
yourself, yeah, yeah, whether it's private, everything about the president, us, he represents us. He's us. So whatever he says, us. The president, whatever he says, is Nigeria. So when you see such thing, and you see people equally, hailing such move, you discover there's nothing else but stomach infrastructure. So there are betrayals in these parties you're talking about. People can betray each other. People can be told to go and infiltrate and ensure that this party is destabilized. And that is what I'm seeing. And ADC must be very careful as by the people they are going to welcome into their fold, especially in the leadership enclave, because APC and whoever that is in charge could be able to do that they've done in other parties. As of today, how will one phantom that Wike, who is a staunch member of PDP,
Mhm.
is openly brazen, hailing, and saying publicly that he's going to vote a president of another party, and he claimed to be a leader in PDP.
So do you believe that
Exactly.
PDP is actually dead? Because of this in way you talk now, people, some people they talk say in fact that the real plan for PDP is to ensure that they no carry any formidable candidate who could contest or compete with President Tinubu in 2027. That's the idea. So that's why they still have a wiki and there's nothing you can do about a wiki. Do you believe that that's correct?
I don't think it's
Because
correct.
because some people they talk say PDP na formidable. In fact, na the only party will get grassroots touch. We go fit fight APC. While some people they talk say people like Dino Melai believe say the PDP they even take instruction from the APC. Say some of their
So
party leadership they pay them. Say na APC they pay some of their party members. So what do we believe now? If that is the case, then are you telling me that these people then when they talk, say people like Bala Mohammed and the rest of them, when they see say PDP go feel rise to glory, believe say that they fool themselves? How is it that they don't know that the
no,
party is
I
wasting
think,
time?
when you want to operate a serious ailment, you must do away with emotion, you must do away with sentiment. I think PDP has been in a cocoon for quite some time, and because of one person, they've
Hmm.
not been able to say no, enough is enough. Damn the consequences, and expel that person or suspend that person, and know what will happen. But when you're dancing with somebody who is having a knife by your back, you should know that your life is not safe. So I think PDP has not really got it. I think the problem with PDP is that they've not gotten the knife. They haven't gotten the power. There's no fire among the leaders to tell Wike enough is enough. Because I don't see a situation whereby one man can take up a party, destabilize a party, and still be there vaunting, boasting that nothing can happen. And you
All
have
right.
men with balls. Yeah, you have men with balls who are listening and still, hailing such.
I not get. I am not a candidate. I not be expert for waiting concern boss. I for fit analyze why whether they get
No,
proper.
the football, it can be football. Yeah, yeah.
That's why I said I'm not an expert in balls matters, so I cannot tell.
Okay.
But let's get straight to the opposition now. Now, if you
Yeah,
recall, series of attacks only happened when opposition leaders then call for meetings. It started with Kaduna State, where it be say opposition call meeting, where El Rufai did there, and some thugs infiltrate that meeting, attack them, disperse them, that is scatter the meeting, destroy things. People wound though. People wound.
yeah,
Cars destroy, things destroy. It happened to Malami's convoy in Kebbi State,
yeah,
and nothing happened. And in all of this, the ADC they blame the APC saying that they didn't do them. The APC have not even denied it. I don't know if they really have. And then it happened in Lagos State when Rhodes Viver was trying to decamp to the ADC. In fact, it was so bad that the same venue where been pay money for, where then go
yeah,
cover, police block saying no go use. The same venue, APC can't get meeting for that same place successfully.
yeah,
Nothing happened. They scatter cars, destroy, we go what thousands, hundreds of thousands to use repair, right? It don't happen again now for inside Ondo State. So what do we owe all of this? Because it don't happen again. And then they don't still blame again, saying that the same APC 9 cause. And for inside Akure for Ondo State, the violent disruption happened at Ward 8 in Akure South local government, forcing several members of the ADC to flee the venue. Victims of the attack sustained serious injuries. And we hear say some of them, about 3 people, they serious condition right now for inside hospital. Now, confirming the incident, the ADC chairman of the state, Asiwaju Wale Ademoyegun, described it as an act of political intimidation. He said, "We are holding the word meeting at Ward 8 in Akure South local government area, when some hoodlums believed to be sympathizers of the APC stormed the venue and attacked us." Now, he revealed that the matter was reported to the police at the B division of Okearo before being escalated to the area command. Despite the report, he noted that no arrest had been made. In fact, quoting him, he said the matter has been reported to the police initially. It was lodged at the B division in Okearo since the ward is located close by. But it was later transferred to the area command for further actions. As we speak to you, No arrest has been made. Nobody has been held accountable. If I they go on and on and on, make I no bore you with reading, but make I let you respond before I tell you within the party leadership don't respond. So this one don't they like saying that one case way too many. It don't they too happen for inside. So wait, if this is the way we're going to go about elections in 2027, what do we expect? Because as it stands now, oppositions can no longer hold their meetings in peace because that's exactly what is playing out now. How is it that it's only the APC meetings that can hold successfully without infiltration, and that of other opposition parties cannot hold? The thugs and way they involved, who be the people where they hire them? How did they, how are they aware of such meetings? I don't know. There are lots of questions to ask, but let me take your reaction, sir.
Yeah, look, I'm afraid. I'm afraid of the democracy. I'm afraid because when you push a goat to the wall,
Hmm.
even if it doesn't have horn, it will use the teeth to bite. Nigerians are
Ew.
being pushed to the extreme.
You
You
think
just
so?
mentioned,
Hmm.
yeah, you just mentioned it. What is democracy without opposition? Fortunately and unfortunately, the man who is our president is believed to be a Democrat, and he understands what it means to be a Democrat, to be somebody who is elected under a democracy. I expect that man to be able to wade in most of these things. He's attacked too many. The KB went, no arrest. Kaduna, no arrest. Lagos, no arrest. That
Fact,
of
in fact,
Ondo,
that of Kaduna State, the party, the people who were attacked were rather summoned by the police. You don't understand.
yeah.
Now me them beat.
So
Now me police
you,
invite them. Make I go explain why they beat me.
so so so, so
Okay,
you
sir.
see why I say, you see why me can't talk say that when you have the president appointing the inspector general, appointing the chief judge, appointing the INEC chairman, and most of his words are sacrosanct and absolute, and that is not the best way. That is not the process. And I've always advocated, which most of us are advocating, that for us to get the right democracy, there must be freedom, freedom of association, freedom to opposition, freedom to views, freedom to opinions. But unfortunately, these things are being gagged right now. Like you're saying, let me tell you, 2020 is going to be worse. That of Ondo, let me talk about Ondo. I've been trying to get my friend. My friend happened to be His Excellency, Dr. Loki, I know, Ayeditwa. We're very close. And from who I know about him, he's a peace loving person, very dedicated as a Christian. And I don't think he will be able to do such a thing. And when I get him, I'll still call you to tell you what we discussed.
Okay, that'll
Because
be nice.
yeah, yeah, I will, because it's a personal friend. It's very close to me. What I
But
mean
but but
close,
are you also aware that things like this may happen in the states? Perhaps sponsored by some overzealous supporters without his consent or knowledge. There may
that is
also be that.
exactly what I am saying. That's exactly what I'm saying, because I know most of the time certain things that happen in Ondo, I used to call. They say, will not tell me the ones you know and the ones that are. For instance, this word issue could be within that word enclave that he may not have known until that thing escalated. So I will get the right feedback from him, and then I'll tell. But I'm telling you, from whom I know, he's a very, very peaceful person. I don't think he will be part of that thing, because we discussed about opposition, and he's part of those who believe in democracy and democracy of opposition. So I don't know. Maybe sometimes when you drink this excellence or excellency water, maybe the thing will change. But the person I know up to few weeks ago will not be part of violence in democracy. But there's a but. But I've told you, I'll get back to you when I eventually speak with him. But the other ones you talk about is very glaring. The Lagos state was even so pathetic. For instance, the same place that even the police granted ADC permission to use, which later was revoked. Now, the same day, APC used that same venue. So it gives you an idea of what I'm saying, that my fear is that I pray. I'm not a pessimist, but if we continue this way, I'm telling you, people will say enough. You can't guard people. You can't tell people not to gather to express themselves or to talk about what is happening in the now. You can't. There's a limit you can take people for, but you can't take people for granted. And I used to say it. The Arab Spring started like just a small thing, bread, and somebody just bumped himself, and that's it. And if our leaders are very, very cautious, they should understand that the Gen Z is different from us. These guys, they connect themselves, they relate with one another through online, they talk. So if you think you are not hearing them when they speak, you're just making mistake. You learned what happened in Nepal. Nepal was just an instance, and our leaders should learn. They should learn. Nobody believed that Nepal. I have a friend there. He said, look, he was shocked because they have the same docility in terms of citizenship like us.
But
You know,
you know that
whenever
you know that there's been a prediction that something like that will happen in Nigeria by 2026, and that prediction was since 2010. Do you think that Nigeria will one day grow and
that
grow
is,
enough?
yeah, it's
Why should?
already cascading towards it. Yeah, it's already cascading towards it. For
Mm.
what you see, yes, when people can gather and you went and you remove them because you have the power, you have the police, you have everything, then you are now creating a scenario whereby the actors you don't know will evolve. Because
Hmm.
when they come to open to say, oh, we want to discuss, and you're pursuing them, then you are pushing them underground. And that means that when they will come out, it will be eruption.
Hmm.
So it's better you allow them to discuss freely, even in that freely discussions. There could be opposition, there could be other people, media people. It's better so you can hear what they are saying. You can pinpoint what one another or what somebody said. But when you push them to the underground, it is very, very explosive. And that is my fear, that the government is feeling that nothing can happen. And if by 2026 this thing continues, it's going to be very, very, very terrible because there's a lot of anger. People are frustrated. So when somebody is frustrated, when somebody is angry, and when somebody is hungry, you can look. There's always one thing that somebody told me one day. He said, look, man must die of one thing. You either die as a stupid person, or you die because there's something you want to achieve.
Okay, sir.
You know,
All right.
the 18 youths that died for this Napel, uprise, they must have decided. And that 18, it doesn't make the other youths not to say, look, if we die, we die. When you get to that extent, you will understand that even as you think that Nigeria is divided, I'm telling you, when it will happen, you'll be surprised that there will be unity among the youths, and the culprits, the people that will be looking out for, are all these our leaders. And it's unfortunate, really unfortunate,
Hmm.
seriously.
Oh,
Because
all right.
when you talk, go ahead.
Okay, I wanted to quickly take Aregbeshola's response or reaction to the attack. And say,
Okay.
apart from saying he be the secretary of the party, that is the ADC in question, and I also be the leader of the party for Southwest, where it be say this thing happened. So the former minister of Interior, Aregbeshola, don't vow, say members of the African Democratic Congress ADC will not be cowed by escalating violent attacks against them allegedly orchestrated by quitting column. He say the attack they orchestrated by terrorists loyal to the All Progressives Congress. Now, what do they call them? It's a terrorist loyal to the All Progressives Congress. Now, in talk this one today, he say the party remains committed to its political struggle despite the attempts of intimidation. In fact, quoting him, he said, just as our chairman has rightly said, we are not fighting anyone. That's what he talk. It's only a coward who would entertain fears, ignore those saying negative things about us, and remain steadfast. We are not greenhorn in the political struggle, so no one can intimidate us. His remarks came, of course, after this renewed attack. Let me quickly take your reaction. As in, don't talk this one. And say one of them they don't talk. I think when that attack happened on Rhodes Bible, he also said it that nobody gets monopoly of violence. Meaning, say violence don't get one person address alone. Other people know violence too. But let me take your reaction. Then I'll take you on something else that is also, important concerning the predictions for the 2027 election. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, it's let me tell you, it's at the time of peace you prepare for war. And no man
Mm,
goes for war. No man goes for war without understanding their consequences.
mm.
So before David Mark, before Benny Comrade decide to come out to, be the people where go rescue Nigeria according to them, they must have known the consequences. So it is not new. Don't forget that David Mark is not a greenhorn. He's a soldier. And there's something about soldiers. When they have a war to fight, great warriors or great soldiers don't retreat, they don't surrender. Don't forget Arebesola Abi, yeah, Ogbeni is equally a comrade. Great comrades are what we call Oyebe, Oshie, Zobu Zobu. They don't care about their life because you see, all this thing I'm telling you, this before you to be a comrade, you have people that you are taking care of and people who are looking up to you. And for you to be a soldier, it means that there are people you must save. So it's all about safety, it's all about the welfare of people. So one is safety, which is war. The other one is welfare of the people. So when two of them jam, say the thing no be go easy. And from what I'm noticing, is all about who controls what. But I tell you, 2026 is going to be hotter because as at that time, ADC must have gotten a lot of followerships. They must have gotten a lot of what I call pedestrian. They must have had some areas they are covered. Don't forget that they just started. So they are trying to put everything together. And with what is happening in this country, in fact, what is even happening is advantageous to them.
To
Why
the
do I
age.
say that? Yes?
Why?
There are people that you see they tend to be more of loyalists to people who are being oppressed. There are people
Mm.
like that. Yeah,
So
when
that
people are being
fighting to
oppressed,
the oppressed.
they have empathy. So what APC is even doing, they are giving ADC more people who are empathetic and say, oh, we were thinking that we are on a place of democracy. Now these people are being intimidated. So you can see that empathy. You can see people looking to say, okay, let's see how we can now rescue these ones. So what I expected SPC to do is take your program, be strategic, then go to areas and tell people what you've done and what you're not done, and be sincere to people. And that is just it. But this issue about Togri, which Ogbeni say is terrorist, well, if you define it rightly, you see that when somebody come your house, break your head, kill you, destroy you, it's all about terrorists. It's all about how you describe it. But I think APC should get their ass together. What they are doing is going to sum up to intimidation, going to sum up to threats, going to
Hmm.
sum up to people being empathetic to opposition. And people will now see it as a party who wouldn't like opposition, but who want to, craft one party system. And the Democrats, whether in APC or any party, will not be comfortable for us to have a one party state in Nigeria.
But how
It is
possible
a
is
no
it?
no.
How possible is it that our president, who fought for democracy, can even encourage a one-party system? I mean, he's often said that he's not interested in one-party system, even though people like he are saying this based on the body language of his party, particularly. But how possible is it that a man who fought for democracy may want to, you know, look towards a one-party system? Is it possible, sir?
Let me give you an instance. When Yaradua came on board, let me just give you that instance. There was something that Yaradua did that up to today is an epitome of democracy for some of us who are his followers. One thing he did, he recognized that the system that brought him to power was faulty.
Yeah. And he
He
vowed, he
recognized that.
promised
He,
to
he
look into
agreed
it.
and he said, please forgive me. One thing I'm going to do, I'm going to ensure that I straighten this process so that it will be transparent and I'll be accountable.
So are you
Remember,
saying that our President Bola Ahmed Tinubu ought to have also looked into the process that brought him into power and said that no,
yes,
As a Democrat, I don't like the way the 2023 election was conducted. I am going to strengthen it up. I mean, you're expecting Oga Tinubu to do that?
what I'm saying, I'm just telling you why people are saying that he's not pure democracy claim. Talk is cheap. Your actions speaks volume. What you can I can tell you something, but my action, my what I say, oh, like you ask me for money. I say, you say, oh, give me 10 naira. So I'm going to give you 10 naira. Okay, I'm giving you 10 naira. But I didn't give you that 10 naira. So it doesn't give credence to my promise or my pledge that I'm going to give you 10 naira. So I expected President Tinubu to, when he came on board, with all the controversies about the election, about the intimidations, about the bigotry, about the sentiments, to come up and tell Nigerians, look, the process is faulty. I'm going to see how I'm going to do it so that in the next dispensation, every Nigeria will be comfortable. As of today, let me tell you, Precious,
Okay, sir.
Nigerians are not comfortable. If we use this same process, I'm telling you, and that is why he has not done anything, he has not changed anything. The same INEC chairman is still there. So what do you think such a president is? Because he can't tell me he's not aware of what happened after, during and after the 2023
But
election,
how
especially the
possible is
president.
it for him to talk saying no like the process when some people did accuse him saying na him talk say make them snatch him, the drag him, we say snatch him, grab and run away with him, say
Snatch
power is a la carte. So how possible is
and
it
run away.
to
Yeah.
continue the process that he had made that comment about if those were correct?
Yeah. I'm just borrowing you. It's your word that I'm trying to assimilate because you said, how is it not a Democrat? And I'm telling you the value, the attributes of a
Okay,
Democrat. That a
okay.
Democrat should be able to exhibit what democracy is all about by one, his actions, by looking at the history and say, this is where I'm going. So Nigerians could be able to say, wow, wow. Because During the Yaradua, every Nigerian was relaxed because we believe that for him has said that he's going to do that. And he was bent on doing on changing the trajectory, the changing the process of our elections. Unfortunately, they took him away from us. And since that time, it has been from one mess to another. Politics became something that you don't even know what to qualify it. It's become a war, like when he said, it became somebody that if you don't have money, And one of the things that I knew that I peeped in, that some of my friends told me what he want to do is that we would have had the election that you wouldn't pay anything to get into any office, so that when you are caught stealing public money, nobody will tell you what will happen to you. But you know
Hmm.
why now? Yeah, now people steal because when they go to their constituency, they have to give people one bag, 1 cup of rice. They have to give them 5,000 naira. They have to. So people are now being bought like commodity, and this
Hmm.
is not the democracy. Democracy should be some time of flair. I've already advocated something when I was talking, I think, in one of the television stations, and I told you, this election could be done in a day. We have all of us. We have internet. We have phones. We have text messages. What you need is get Airtel, get MTN, get Glo, get all of them, group them, tell them, look, this is what we want to do. During the election, flash out the text messages at your home, in the comfort of your home. You press whoever you want, and that's it. So you don't have human interface much. You press who you want. After we do it here, we do it when we are doing survey.
Oga
You don't
Maduka,
you don't need to get
this
somebody.
one way you dey talk like this, it is different now. You do remember when they were amending the 2022 the 2022 Electoral Act, when it
Mm.
was still as a bill, when they be the struggle with them. Say northern senators be no agree, may they even add the option of electronic transmission. Say they say for their area no network. Did you remember? It was a huge debate at that time. At that time, they even had to involve NEC, not in NCC rather. They involved NCC, they involved telecommunications companies. They now said that no, that they can give a sure network across geopolitical zones and across all local governments before they can't agree to put that in for it. Remember now when they pass them.
I
So
know.
when they
I
don't
know.
even get them as option, now to cause them could do all what you're advocating for is pure electronics voting for inside
Yeah.
Nigeria. You think say they
Yeah.
go yeah, that would go a long way to curb ballot snatching and all of this form changing and all of those things. But do you think these same people would agree that we're advanced enough to do that? Because remember,
Let me.
our illiteracy
Yeah.
is again for some people.
I disagree with you on literacy. I
Eh,
disagree
okay.
because even,
Let
yeah,
me
even in this village, old people, they have their phones.
I am not
They
saying that all people don't have their phones. I said the
Yeah.
illiteracy of majority of Nigerians
But
is a key to the political
no, no, let me tell you, the people that bring illiteracy to rule you are the ones you call literates. So what are you talking about? Are there not professors that are bringing people who even certificate is not verified, who is somehow, who don't even have WAEC? Professors. So why are you talking about illiteracy? Well, so illiteracy is maybe you're bringing it under a
no, no, no.
metaphor.
I'm not
But if
about
you're
the
talking
metaphor,
about
sir. Sir,
illiteracy,
you do know that
but if you're
vast
bringing
majority of
illiteracy here,
Nigerians
let me
are
tell
still
you,
very illiterate. More than half of our population.
that now the people that brings illiterates to rule us are the literate ones. The professors are the ones who impose you with somebody who knows even certificate. So what are you talking about? So it's not it. I think it's just about us getting it right. For instance, from what I saw where during Yaradua, there's a lot of things you would have done. Very, very wonderful things. That one of them is this: you don't have much to do with, and you there with your house, you just do your thing, and that's it. And nobody can tell you, even if as a result is coming out, everybody is seeing it. In each state, they will have a very big board where everybody will see what is happening. So I think they just took that man away from us because probably God wanted us to suffer more. Maybe when we suffer more, we can be able to realize that you who is literate, bringing an illiterate to rule is an aberration.
All right, sir. Okay, so let's quickly the reason I asked you this question. In fact, I'll go even like one of the reasons we make they ask these questions about opposition. And in another angle, say people they hear our president say he never ever failed election before, and a strong man for election and all that. But if truly the opposition is being intimidated, is that truly an act of somebody who's never failed election because of his popularity, or an act of cowardice where as somebody where no one wants opposition to even come up at all? Because I mean, if you're sure of yourself, why would you want to clamp down on opposition? Some people they look and like say, is it an act of cowardice? Why don't you give fair play? Make we see, make you test your strength, make we know how popular you did. That's now wasting some people they talk. Or some people they say and I say, oh,
Yeah,
politics.
no. It's cowardice. It's a cowardice issue. It's cowardice, and the person knew. Yeah. Secondly, you can call it inferiority complex. Is that when you are not sure of yourself, you use other methods to show up your image or show up your standard or whatever you are. That's just it. Because let me tell you, it was a shock during 2023 when he lost his state that they said he
Mm,
built. It's,
Lagos
so
State.
yeah, so that is a shock. It's a shock. Even in Abuja, that he's supposed to go and be the headmaster there, he lost. So the DG, his DG for campaign, he lost in that state. So that is a history. That is an experience. So I think he's looking at those histories and saying, look, this time around, I don't need to take chances. So he doesn't want to take any chances or to say, oh, let there be. No. Look, either we get it right or we don't get it right. Either we get it anyhow. That is it. Because the issue in Nigeria is that once you win an election, it is not about how you get it. It is because you've been declared the winner. So any other thing you are talking about court, you're on your own. So these are the problems. If we have a system whereby when you win an election and people go to court and they know that justice will be done, they will be very, very much okay. But it's not done so. Hmm? It's not done so. So that is the problem we're having. And I pray that 2027 is going to be very dicey. From 2026 is going to be very, very hard. Mm, mm. Just
Okay,
one
sir.
minute.
Okay,
Go
now when
ahead.
we don't talk about 2027 being very, very hard and all that, there's been lots of crazy predictions about 2027, and one of them I'd quickly run through right away, because some people have looked at it
Yeah.
that it's going to be a very dangerous ride in 2027. As a matter of fact, a political commentator, Henry Shield, has warned that the 2027 general election will not be an ordinary contest if the government repeats the irregularities of 2023. That is, if those kind of things will happen for 2023 happen again for 2027, say now be say it could day more than an ordinary contest. In fact, quoting him, he says, "What is coming in 2027 is not just going to be an election; it's going to be a war." Now, so in declare. Now, Imbi they talk this one for inside. Speaking in an interview, Shield said that former President Goodluck Jonathan, former Vice President Atiku Abubakar, and Labour Party's presidential candidate Peter Obi are all acceptable candidates to lead the opposition. All of them they are acceptable. He
Yeah.
noted that if any of the three emerges as a consensus candidate with the support of the other part of the team, others in terms of
Yeah.
resources and structures, they stand a strong chance to defeat Tinubu. But the problem will be when they divided, like we saw Peter Obi and Jonathan divided in 2023. Quoting him, he said, "The three of them are fantastic. They are all people that I adore, that I love and respect." He added that he would support any one of them, to defeat President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. But make I take your reaction quickly before I play another video, a video where he say talk some other things, and make I take your reaction, sir. Do you believe that it's going to be all
Yeah.
out war
Very, very.
if what happened in
Yeah.
2023 repeats itself? The Nigerians will not take it like. Do you think Nigerians
Yeah.
have the mind to react? Nigerians
Yeah.
don't react to.
Yeah. No, I tell you something. I tell you something. The history I got from my friend about Nepal, they have the same attribute in terms of life. They like life. They are very docile. So when it happened, he said nobody believed it. Not even the leaders. because they have this idea that they will never, because they have the same, when you talk about ethnic sentiments, everything, tribal. But I think it got to a time that they realized that hunger doesn't know who is a Yoruba man or Hausa man. They knew that corruption doesn't have any good way of helping the poor person. So they realized that, look, if we want to rescue our country, it's no more about sentiments, no more about tribe, it's not about whatever. We need to do it, and it's going to cost us whatever. I agree with him 100% that 2027 election is not going to be easy. And if it happened like that, that's why I've been telling you, I'm very, very sad in terms of being pessimistic, that if it happened like that, Nigerians may not allow that to happen again. Because as at that time, we have Atiku and Obi. So now, if the two of them could stay in one place, you can imagine if two of them had been maybe in one party, this one they got how many votes? You can imagine combining their
Six
votes.
million. In fact, two of them almost about 30 million votes. Six.
Yeah, so there's no way this man would have even come close to their winning formula. And that is exactly why you see this bickering, you see this fight, you see this trying to destabilize the opposition, because they knew the moment the opposition get it right, I'm telling you, APC is gonna.
All right, so let me quickly take this video. I could just take this video reaction for some other things when you talk concerning waiting the state of the nation and waiting will happen for 2027. Let's so that I pick your mind on it very quickly. Take a listen.
Ask Atiku. You have his contact. Ask Atiku my last discussion with him. There is no politician on earth today, including Bala Mohammed, that will say, oh, Shield will come and genuflect before me. I'm not indebted to any of you. See, Peter Obi, Sheung, the truth of the matter is, Nigerian politics today is a business. Is a business. And if you look at, this area that we stay now, if you look at this area we are now having this interview, and you look at another part of town, you will see that there is a disconnect between, do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So the Nigerian political system is a total charade, is a business. Okay? For once, I have never seen that a politician, as a sitting governor, will be offered land free of charge and he will reject it. That someone will be in government office for 1 month, 1 year, 4 years, 8 good years, excuse me, and you cannot trace government funds into his personal
And that's Peter Obi?
Yes.
And that's why you believe so much in him.
See, if we are going to save Nigeria from what we are in now, what we are in, and I don't think a lot of us realize the mess that we are in. We don't. Because we think we are comfortable. A time is coming very soon that if you wear a nice shirt, they will see you as an oppressor. The boys on the street will see you as an oppressor. It doesn't matter whether you are APC, PDP, whether you are even non-partisan. That hunger level is getting to that level, is getting to that side. We have a man that we know, if we hand over the national resources to him, he will not steal our money. The money that is going into wrong places is the cause of the hunger.
Peter Obi is not a thief.
No.
He's not corrupt.
Absolutely not. He was my governor. Me. He was my governor. You will not tell me about Peter Obi. I will tell you about Peter Obi.
You spoke about 2027.
Yes.
And I like you. I mean, Peter Obi, it seems that a lot of people who are thinking there's a problem. Is he in Labour Party? Is he in ADC? But I see that you talk about ADC a lot. Do you really believe ADC can deliver to Nigerians the opposition and the kind of challenge politically in 2027?
See, I don't know if me am being faster than my shadows, but as of today, the only opposition platform today in Nigeria that has a slim chance to fight APC is ADC. The only one. You see, PDP, no matter the effort of the leaders, the true leaders, the genuine leaders of the party, the systemic members of the party, the institutional leadership of the party, directors, all those ones, most of them are picking their salaries from the other side.
What about Labour Party?
Labour Party is sold now.
To who?
It's sold already to the ruling party.
What about SDP?
What?
SDP.
SDP, the one that my friend was suspended by his NWC members. See, you are dealing with a, I don't want to say a vagabond party. You are dealing with a party that is not ready to play by the rules. Tinubu is not Jonathan. He is not Buhari. Those men had some little sense of decorum and decency in them. This one is brutal. It will not allow any. Look at when they wanted to register the new political parties by INEC. And they said there was something called ADA, right? When INEC published names of those that wanted to register, there was another name. They've already gone to register another ADA. This government is brutal. That is why when I look at Peter, when I look at Erufai, when I look at Atiku, I ask them a question. Why are you people scared of confronting this government? What are you scared of? Prison? To hell with prison.
You are ready to go to prison.
What are you saying?
But why do you think that this government will throw anybody into prison?
Because they've been doing it.
With who?
With a whole lot of people.
Who?
Showore is my very good friend. I was in court with him last week. My own friend. Showore is my friend. I am proud to say it anywhere.
Who else? Has he been thrown into prison? The case of what happened in Kaduna, and I see what you said here. You said the invitation of Malam El-Rufai and other opposition leaders. I don't
even want to go to. This one is just some few hours ago. I wanted to bring out some list to you. This government does not brood any opposition. They are brutal because they know what they also did when they were in opposition. A man like El-Rufai had a meeting in Kaduna. Thugs went and disrupted the place. So do you know what that means? That means that we as citizens, we can no longer organize to plan to install government. But we are in charge as government. We will not allow you to do anything legitimate to remove us. Malami's vehicles convoy was attacked a few days ago. Jonathan as president had his campaign team stoned in Jos, in Bauchi.
And you blame Tinubu for it. Everything that is happening around the country by other people, you blame Tinubu for it.
Has Tinubu spoken about the attack against Malami, a former Minister of Justice? Please be sincere. Has he spoken against the attack on El-Rufai? Do you know what they've done? They've sent police to invite El-Rufai. And this is the time that I am calling the opposition leader that you should step out. Some of us have gone into retirement from protest. For 8 years of Buhari, I protested. I was shot at the Unity Fountain. I am not afraid of any of them. And I am saying that the opposition leaders need to come out and confront Tinubu. It is time.
Let me ask.
All right, so let me just kindly play the just a short concluding part of that conversation. I hope you're taking note of everything that we need to respond to in that conversation.
Sure.
And this is the time that I am calling the opposition leader that you should step out. Some of us have gone into retirement from protest. For 8 years of Buhari, I protested. I was shot at the Unity Fountain. I am not afraid of any of them. And I am saying that the opposition leaders need to come out and confront Tinubu. It is time.
Let me ask you.
A man will wake up on the day of inauguration. You remove fuel subsidy and throw the country into turmoil. That's number one. Number two, you remove electricity subsidy. Number three, you either shut the border or you close this one. You are making life miserable for Nigerians. And opposition leaders are keeping quiet. Bro, I am challenging them. Everybody, come out. Let us go and confront the villa.
All right, sir. Dr. Maduka, let's begin to take your reaction to this conversation. First of all, with everything we don't talk, even though I feel a bit somehow with the question we asked, so Peter Obi is not a thief, he's not corrupt. Like, were you expecting somebody to say that Peter Obi is a thief and he's corrupt? But let me take your reaction generally before I go ask some specific questions.
Yeah, I think the guy is. I like his brutal comment. I call it brutal, and we must state the fact. You know, I told you when we started that death is death. You know, if you're afraid of death, you're dead already. It's time for some people to really confront this ruling party. You know, because if you allow them, they're just testing the waters. If you allow them and this thing continue in 2026, it's going to be more brutal. They're not going to allow anybody to converge, not to talk about having any meeting. There's something I want to tell you about mafians. When you have a mafia in your leadership, maybe if you go read some mafian books, they are brutal and they don't want to take a no for an answer. And as far as they have a mission, accomplishing that mission is all that matters, whether blood flow or not. So the president, as far as I'm concerned, is even making it very, very dicey for us, because we shout, we call, we talk. The guy is going on vacation. He's enjoying himself. For a person to do that means there's something in the offing. And that is where I'm telling you that I'm a little bit afraid. But for his comment exactly, I need the opposition guys to step up their game. If they just keep on talking and talking, it's not going to work. But unfortunately too, let me even come to our youth who are being used as talks. I think their mumu never do. How somebody will use you and to do something, and at the end of it, you are left with nothing. You know, it started with the disconnect. As of today, we don't have middle class. It's either you belong or you don't belong. And who do they use to do this thing? Is the youth, the vulnerables. So I think maybe we should have a sensitization program for our youth who are being used as talks, so that they can be able to understand that you can't be used as talks to kill your fellow person because of a politician. Rightly, yes. Politics today, because of our own environment and because of our own constitution, is like truly business. Because once you're elected, you become a lord, you become anything. Nobody, can talk to you, even from local government chairman to governor to president. You have a lot. You see people following you, psychopaths. You become a god. So whatever you tell even to somebody who is not who is hungry to go and do, you give him 5,000 naira, he goes and do that. And that is one thing we need to do. I think there should be a due orientation for our youth. The National Orientation Agency are not doing the proper work, because as at now they are supposed to be orienting our youth on the need for civility during our electoral process. But what do they see? It's the same thing, the same process. You won't even see anytime you see any jingle saying a dog is bad. If you kill your fellow Nigerian, it is bad. Those things can have a way of, giving us an idea about how life is sacred. But it's no more there now. So it is all about the how do you go, the fittest, the way, fight for the
The
fittest.
survival of the fittest. Survival of the
Yeah,
fittest.
exactly. Yeah. So whoever that wins takes all, and it doesn't matter how he gets it. And I like the analogy he gave equally about Peter Obi. Yes, truly,
Mm.
he may not be perfect. He may not be perfect, but amongst all the odds, believe me, he's the only person that, as of today, has not gotten even one kobo as pension as a ex governor for 8 years. Nobody can trace anything. EFCC, nothing. So when you look at that kind of person, man, you will know that probably it's not a sentiment now. That's the only rescue we have. His children are all working. You don't see the children loitering about. You don't see the wife loitering about. You see a man with simplicity, But you see only the first lady last time he came to Lagos. You see, people counted the number of vehicles just for first lady, and you can imagine how much those vehicles were fueled. You can imagine how much the drivers and everybody, when you look at all the total cost of such one trip, it could build a school in one village that could give children a leeway to education. So these are the things we are looking at.
Now, Dr. Maduka, based on what Henry Schultz said, do you believe that it may get to a point where they go begin attack anybody we wear fine clothes for road? Talk say, come here.
It's getting there.
You think it's
Not to
getting
not to
there?
believe.
Will it ever
No,
get
it's
to that
getting there.
level? And then if it
It's
is, what's
getting
the
there.
risk? What's involved for us?
It's getting there. Let me tell you, don't go if you go to Warri and you dress up with this. Let me give you that. This village I am, I cannot drive big car. I can't. But before, you can come home with your C class, you can come home with your people can come back with anything, you can flate, you dare not. Some people are going to B2, some people are going back to small cars. It's gotten there. When your freedom is cut from what you want to be, you already engaged. So it's not only when they attack you, it's already there. Because even you will tell yourself, sometimes you want to dress up and to go for a public occasion, you first of all look at yourself and look at it. Even watches, you don't put on gold wrist watches now in a village. I'm telling you, village. So this, you see, this all these politicians, all these big leaders, they can do this when they are in Abuja, when they're in Matama, let them go to village. You will see that some of them are being the children are throwing stone on them. At least you've seen some. They started. So all the Buzuzuas, they only reflect when they are within Abuja or Lagos, all these high brew areas. Let them go to Ajegunle. Tell any politician to go to Ajegunle with like Jaguar that Wike was enjoying himself. Let him go Ajegunle with Jaguar without security agencies. You will know whether that Jaguar will come out. That's to tell you how it has gone. So they use police to surrender themselves. Let them work on their own, just like we used to do before. Let them go. So when you see that
How is it that they're even using the same security agencies who are also impoverished? People they talk say the same security agencies where their money not the rich, where they also suffer. Now they use.
yeah, that's is the problem is that the security people, when they are using them, they have a tip they give them. Those tips are what they make them to call themselves as oga, oga, oga. Like here I am. So when you give a policeman 5,000 in this part of area, you oga. In fact, you can come to your house every day to ask if there's anything to do. So you can imagine when you now place the person on a salary of maybe 40,000 naira a month or 50,000. What are you talking about? You will become a lord. So this is the issue. The institution has made it possible, in such a way that there's a disconnect. If the security agents are earning enough, they can have confidence to themselves to the extent that when you want to do something, organ, no, we can't do this. They can be able to protect the citizens. But now they protect the people who pays. Who pays the piper? What? Dictates the tune.
Now
That is what
speaking on what Mr. Henry Shields said, that any of the three candidates will come up, either former President Goodluck Jonathan, Atiku Abubakar, or Peter Obi, say if they come out as opposition leader and all of them support each other without being united.
Yeah,
That
they are good friends. Yeah.
yes, that they will win President Bola Tinubu. But do you think that is correct? Especially if you look at how the last by-elections them use go. Even though say ADC don't talk and I say maybe they no judge them by the by-election because the by-election no speak on how they go use perform for 2027. But people say now from the smell of food you go use know how sweet it go be. Abi. So
Listen, let me tell you.
sir,
Let me tell you.
sir,
The presidential election start is the first one.
yes.
It determines everything.
If INEC does not change the game, the
That
rules
is
of the
it.
game, INEC
That
may
is it.
decide to do everything one day or perhaps
That
just change.
that is why I'm telling you that if it's okay, if we have the right whatever and we do the election, I'm telling you, Nigerians can vote for presidency because the presidency is what they are looking at. Whereas today we are looking for a captain that can lead us out of this wood. So once you have the presidency, it trickles down. So the presidency is why even APC, let me tell you, if the presidency in 2023 has been Labour Party, Peter Obi, I'm telling you, Labour Party governors would have been up to 10. I'm telling you. Because Nigerians look at the terrain. Once the president is in there, you see them shifting because they want to be in good books. That's a Nigerian. That's Nigeria. So it's not that
So if
there's a
Peter Obi was
popularity.
the winner of that election, would have had more Labour
Yeah,
Party governments.
yes, you will have. Yeah, you will have many. Because one, the president will now be on board when they are going to court case. First, the Chief Justice will look at the president. INEC, because now it is no more. It's funny, but I'm just telling you the truth that is the trajectory. If ADC present any of these three that you mentioned, believe you me, it's a win-win. And people are going to be very, very cautious and very careful in watching INEC. And INEC too should be careful. And don't forget the third eye. You know what I call the third eye?
No.
There are always people who are on, you won't see, but they control people on the seat. I'll give you an instance. This is just my assumption. For instance, Mahmoud is an INEC, and somebody call him that he respects so much, that he knows this person, they look, my friend, I want you to be upright today. Don't do this. I'm telling you, he will stand by that. Remember what happened to Jega and Jonathan?
Yes. People say that Jega betrayed Jonathan.
So that's what I'm telling you, that sometimes the third eye is even the person we should be afraid of, not even the president. Because if the third eye is not happy with the president, he can have an influence on the INEC chairman, or even the judge, or even whoever that is in charge. But INEC become the call. So once the third eye say, hey, he will call him by his name, say, look, we can't continue like this. He says, sorry, sir. Say, okay, look, this thing must be like this. The man stays forward, and it will go right. So the issue is that let the three continue. Let them keep sensitizing people, because as of today, Nigerians are now looking for a place to raise their heads. And ADC is coming up, it's like, oh, let's see. And if ADC can put their houses in order, I'm telling you, that's the sukkah.
So why don't you believe that PDP, Jonathan in PDP, can also be a game changer? You don't just have faith in PDP at all.
No. PDP is already messed up with Wike. I'm telling you. You see,
you're counting out PDP, you're canceling them.
I am in the party. I'm contesting for a president. And the very strong leader said, I'm not going to vote you. I'm going to vote for an opposition party. Right from foundation, it's false. If Wike is doing this job that APC gave him, and still said, my loyalty is in PDP, and whoever they brought, I'm going to support it. It's a different thing. But don't forget that Wike, who is saying this in River, is also equally having hands in other places. So how do you think that PDP will win? No.
All right. So going back to the presidency himself, how about if President Bola Ahmed Tinubu amends, things and things can't do okay? Because as I talk to you now, they talk. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu don't order the Federal Executive Council Committee to further made them crash prices of food items across the country. Sir, why are you laughing, sir?
For the food, that they are producing, are they producing food? Where are they going? Where? Which farmer is in the bush now? Farmer, look at Zamfara, Katsina, all of them are all being abused.
I haven't carried the news finished. Now make I tell you the style where they won't use.
Okay, make it go ahead.
Food security, Sabi Abdullahi. Now he talked this one yesterday when he's Abuja while presenting a paper. He talk Abdullahi said the president don't order. Said the order would be enforced to reduce prices of food items by ensuring the safe passage of products through various routes across the country. He noted that the committee's action was aimed at realizing Tinubu's vision on food sovereignty. So according to Ram, say they go make sure in fact, make a quote and say, I can say it in good authority to you that the president has given a marching order with a Federal Executive Council Committee already handling it on how we are going to promote a safe passage of agricultural foods and commodities across our various routes in the country. So they won't find better safe transport system to pass them. That is, I know say your mind there for the ones the way farmers, the farm, way insecurity.
No, not only that.
You should look at the ones that this already that are looking for a safe way to transport them now. He said, so we are working very hard. We are doing
Mm.
quite a lot. But I've just given you a snippet, just a snippet, because you don't want to release all the secrets. So that they find safe way to transport these goods and make it reach everybody, so that it go they cheap. You don't understand, sir?
See, I think some of our leaders think we are fools.
Hey,
I don't know. I think so. They look at all Nigerians as fools. What is your plan to
eh,
crash the food? What period are you giving? You
mm,
can't crash a food product by just mere words. It's not done. Where's the facilities? Where's your vehicles that will convey this food to the places you want them? Where's the road?
mm.
Where's the road?
You know, we're building Lagos Calabar Coastal Highway. Oh. It go there shorter. You know, the proximity for transportation will be short to transport these things. So, go there that had it be like say network don't. Okay, go ahead, sir.
Yeah, somebody called. I saw that somebody called. I just switched off.
And they
So
tell
what
you,
I'm
say,
saying,
say, they build Lagos Calabar Coastal Highway. So, it go there shorter to transport things. There'll be good proximity. Do you understand, sir?
for the 20 kilometer that has been done, is that where you're going to end the food?
We are expediting action to do it quick, quick.
When did they give you period when the food will be crashed?
Mm.
This is look. You see, when somebody is just wake up in the morning, just keep talking like if he's a dreamer. You plan your process. Where's the strategy? It's not just a mere word. You must have a plan. You talk about food crisis, something of even it's a long-term planning process. It's not just one thing. You even start from when the planting season starts. How many people are you going to farmers are you going to encourage? How are you going to give them fertilizers? How are you going to give them seedlings? What's their population? Are you doing it on cooperative? How are you going to kind of batch them? And then what encouragement are you giving them in terms of opening roads for them to get to their farm? What about the security that is already messing everybody up? These are the things you plan. It's not by words. Okay, let him come and crash it now. By word. You see, sometimes, like I said, people take us for granted. People take
Is
us
it
as
that you're
people.
not having faith? Is it that you don't have faith in what the government has
There's
said?
no
It looks
faith
like
for something you
you're
can
acting like a man of
plan.
little faith, oh. Sir,
Hey, precious,
you,
precious, precious.
sir.
Every country that develop has a plan. It is not prayer. It is not faith. You must have your plan. If you want to go to from Lagos, you want to go to Ibadan, you must plan your route. You must plan how you're going to take that. Are you taking bus? Are you taking flight? Are you taking Molue? How much do you have? Can take you. Where is your bus stop? You have to visualize it. I call it intangible cost element. You stay at your home psychologically to plan. You plan. If you don't plan, you just wake up, you want to go Ibadan, you enter Ijibowu without knowing how much you have. You get to somewhere Ijebode, your money finishes, the conductor said drop. It's not things must be planned. You don't plan, especially when you talk about food, agriculture. Agriculture is one of the biggest industry everywhere in the world. You plan it from beginning of the farming season. How do you encourage the farmers? How do these workers' safety become sacrosanct? How do we plan the movement of the goods? Are you using cooperative? Are you using individuals? Are you using even the farm? I don't know whether it's still there, whether we still have a farm produce board. How? You've not done anything and you say you're crashing food. Look, this is not order. If they want to do order, let them order that security should go and invade and destroy terrorists. That's what we want to hear. But they cannot look somebody who has gone to farm, did everything, cultivate everything, suffer everything, then he brings the food to the market to sell, and you tell him to crash it. Crash it for what? And now you give him the money to do the food.
So okay, Moko enter inside another version. So you remember say Peter Obi been complain about the borrowing of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Say he did reckless and all that. So our Speaker of the House don't come the talk say no 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 no. He get us our borrowing day. But the presidency don't reply Peter Obi say why they talk like that? Saying to they complain that Tinubu's borrowing is not reckless, but it is strategic. Even though some people don't they look the infrastructure where they don't use borrowing for, say the infrastructure where they don't they borrow for, and the borrowing where they borrow no, tally. But the presidency don't reply Peter Obi. They talk say they're very strategic because now all these ones that they use building infrastructure now we will go use better our life to use build those roads. You know that chain. Oh, sir, I don't like it when you don't have faith. It's okay.
No,
Let
no,
me.
I'm trying to be. I'm trying to make it so
Oh,
that my body goes down happy. I want to be happy when I'm answering that
okay,
because
no
it's a funny.
problem. No
Go
problem,
ahead.
sir. Sir. They don't tell Peter Bina, say the government say they strategic for their borrowing. They just borrow anyhow. They mean business. They're strategic. Oh yeah. Make I let you
Okay.
respond before I enter to other things.
Okay. You are borrowing. The first day you enter office, you said subsidy is gone
Mhm.
because we don't want to borrow. We don't want to anything. We want to the little money we get, we are going to use it now to ensure that every Nigerian is Uhuru. This is 2 years. The money where you don't borrow for 2 years pass Buhari 8 years. Buhari they pay for subsidy. He still manage our economy. Now you are borrowing money. Our naira is 1,000 something, 1,005 or 1,006. Buhari borrowed and our money was below 500 per dollar. Precious, no vex. This is between me or two of us. I beg. Where all this money they borrow, which place could you say they've invested it? I know that when Buhari was borrowing, especially Suku funds, you can see roads that are being constructed and you will see Suku fund. Now, where have you seen Tinubu borrow World Bank fund on our road sign?
Hmm.
What is it? Education? Where have we seen that this money that we're borrowing, we are now go to universities, you see mess. Faculties are in disarray, the hostels are in disarray. Where exactly? The 700-kilometer highway you're building, you're constructing, is it the most critical? That's why I told you that strategy. They say they borrow the money they are borrowing is strategic. I'm asking, what is strategy in you borrowing money that your family will be hungry? If you're borrowing to invest as an accountant, it's okay. But what we are doing is we are borrowing to consume. For instance, when last time they said they want to give us rice, they want to do some, they mob up all the rice in the market. They bought all the rice and started distributing to people. Is that what we need the money you're borrowing for? Somebody came up and said we borrow to share. You see, the amount of corruption now has become somehow that you don't even know how to quantify it. Because all the borrows, you cannot say this is exactly what you are borrowing for. Probably they are borrowing to service the debt. Then what happens to the subsidy money realized? And they will tell us that the FAC earning has increased. Yes, it has increased. But let me shock you. ₦1 trillion today and ₦1 trillion 2015
It's not the
is
same thing.
at all. So even if your FAC has increased to 3 trillion and somebody is having 2 billion as at 2015, that 2 billion is higher than trillion today because of our exchange rate. So I don't see anything that is being done. Maybe you will see it in your area, but I don't. I don't see, because now every day you see national grid crashed. Our roads are not working. Our railways derailing. I don't look. I'm just shocked that somebody will come up and say that the money we are borrowing is strategic. Strategic in what? You know what is very important. It's easy to speak. And some people will take the grammar. Oh, strategic. Specify the strategic places. Let Nigeria know. Oh, we borrow to $1.7 billion. These are the areas we used it. Nigerians can go and check. That's transparency. But you borrow, we don't even know what you use the money for. As we are shouting, you now borrow again. Just September, I think in between 2 days, the government come up and say, wow, we're not borrowing again. We are solid. 2 days, we are back to the market. We are borrowing. So who is really confused? Is it the leaders or the citizens? Because if this is a propaganda, if this is a spell to citizens, won't this spell get out of us? Because
Hell.
this
If they
is
do what?
something that
Did you suppose not clear? Did you just suppose
is
not clear for our eyes
clear.
right now?
Yes,
Hell.
because they use strategy. Strategic. What is strategic? An illiterate person will say, "Wow, hey, he will use the strategic," but you don't know that strategic means planning. Just like I told you, you must plan, and of course, every plan must be transparent. Citizens should be able to know what you're planning for, what these strategic plannings are for. You have a manifesto that says renew hope. Now, within that renew hope, this money we borrowed is for agbado or for corn or for electricity or for this. The electricity is even worse off now. I don't even know how much we borrowed on electricity. I don't know how much we borrowed on infrastructure. But what we do, we build gigantic, like they're going to renovate National Library. And I was asking myself, something is really wrong with us. At how much? Is National Library the most critical thing that Nigerians need today?
No, but the National Library now, we're raising fund for it, like GoFundMe. We're doing donation. It's free will. Oh. People are
Free
borrowing. That
will.
is not borrowing. Nigerians can
Who is
contribute
going to
their
give the money?
because Nigerians, we like education. If people who understand value for education are contributing to. Oh yeah, sir. Let's leave that matter. Let's enter inside security. Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Okay, let me just respond. See, just with analogy, Precious, we're a family, Abi. Okay,
Yes,
we
sir.
have 100 naira, and somebody say borrow us money, and that 100 naira you give 1 naira. Me, I give 1 naira. Our children give to 2 naira. We have borrowed how much? 4 naira or 8 naira. Whose fund is it coming from? It's still our commonwealth. It's still our money. So all these things they are telling you is donation. Who are they? This the governors are going to donate the money from, the money they brought from FAC. Is it not the money they are going to do? So abeg, next topic abeg, no vex.
All right, sir. No, no problem, no problem. But I be want make we even tackle other issues. But while we're talking about this, I mean, our resident doctors they don't give they strike now. So 5 days
Yeah.
warning strike. If government no answer them, say big will happen. And as we they talk to you right now, there are billboards of the president in so many states. In fact, I make now the vex say politicians don't start what do they call them a 2027 campaign ahead of time. Say right now they don't ready to clamp down everybody. We don't start campaign together with police. Say they will clamp them down. And no vex so. How we want to solve this problem, sir? Considering the parties that we know that be more active in campaign matters, because some people they blame the opposition saying I didn't first start up. Say, sorry, the ruling party saying I didn't first start up because I didn't start with since begin get campaign for strategic billboards for strategic areas for 2027 for the president, even when opposition them never even get themselves together at that time. But now way INEC don't ready now to see the one clamp down. How do you see INEC tackling this in a way that would be fair, where people no go talk, say, be like say they support some people, then they clamp down on some people?
Look, they don't need to talk. There's no need of saying it. If you see billboards that are outside the duration of campaign period, INEC should start dismantling them. Talking and talking. See, one thing about this Nigeria, we talk.
Including our president's own. You dismantle our
Yes,
president's. Hey!
everybody.
Eh!
Yes, because I was in Abuja on last month, 5th of last month, August. In fact, as I enter from airport to where in fact, I was asking the guy that I said, as campaign started, both billboards, both neuroscience, both even on the street lights. So what is INEC talking about? Don't they see that? They don't need to tell us they are clamping down. I need action. Don't talk. If you are serious, what you will have done is you start dismantling them, then you now talk. But you can't just say you are talking because opposition want to start. And that's where this problem is. Because as of today, that billboards are still there. You see, one thing about justice, it must be an equity issue. It must come with equity. It's not about who is head or who is tail. It's a balance issue. If, say, president fought for the distance, start from him. In fact, it's even better leadership by example. Let them start from the president. Then we will know they are serious. But for talking, it's just to talk. That billboard has been there for how many months, according to my friend? Are they not aware? Where is INEC domicile? INEC is domiciled in Abuja. Are they telling me that Mahmoud is not passing through the road? Are they telling me?
If you
You
know
know, Siam from airport.
maybe no Siam. Maybe no Siam.
I,
All right,
I,
sir.
I
So
think, I think there's something about Nigerians, and these our leaders are taking us for granted. They think that people are just daft. How will you? It's just funny, and it's sad. It's very sad because that poster has been there months as an agency that controls the process of an electionary issue. You should have, in fact, the first day you see that billboard, you should have cautioned or bring down that billboard. Are you telling me that if that billboard had been an opposition for since, that person would have been prosecuted? And don't forget, there's a law. You are breaching the law. So they're supposed to even prosecute whoever that put that thing before the time. So these are the issues. Our laws are tilted between who is who. But every law is all about everybody. No one is an exception. But in Nigeria, if na president, na them. If na we, catch them. So these are what is happening.
Okay. All right, sir. So let's speak to insecurity in the country because you don't like waiting the BC, get how go fit the use handle them again before we begin take calls because Nigerians don't they eager to open the to talk. Now, concerning how insecurity used to affect people for inside the country, especially as they deal with farmer and header, waiting they call farmer header clash. Governor Omar Bago of Niger State don't re-echo the need to sensitize the Fulani race to embrace cattle ranching for improved livestock and to checkmate insecurity, resulting to farmer header clash, which then call the clash. Because you don't did like saying that something you be say don't they worry people well. And a lot of people they talk say, why it be say the headsmen no one take to ranching? Buy a piece of land in the state, put your cow there, the controller. Why do they want government to dedicate land for their private businesses? For them, that's a question we basically people they ask. Now, as we still talk about insecurity, as we talk today, hundreds of Egbe in Yagba West local government area of Egbe residents for Yagba local government area of Kogi State staged a mass protest today, Thursday, over rising insecurity for their community. Now, the demonstrators, made up of both young and old, blocked a major road in the town and set, I think, tires ablaze to draw attention their grievances. Videos obtained, of course, showed that military vehicle following the protesters where they marched through the streets with placards carrying various inscriptions on it. Now, some of these placards read, "End insecurity, federal government, please protect our lives. Enough is enough. Stop selling bread to kidnappers." They hear them, sir. Say, make them stop to sell bread to kidnappers and stop renting your houses to informants to the kidnappers. That's a part of the things where they carry for their placards. Now, the protesters or the protest came just a day after gunmen attacked a police checkpoint in the area, killing 3 officers and seizing their rifles. Community members accused some residents of aiding criminal gangs by providing food, shelter, or intelligence to kidnappers and urged locals in the area to desist from such actions. Now, Igbe, which shares a boundary with Kwara South in, I think, Kwara State, and an area plagued by, I think, recurring incidents of abduction too, has become increasingly vulnerable to insecurity. You know, Sequara State itself, they suffer their own. It's been very worrisome. Now, people they complain, say this one not day enough. After this protest, what else? Since you don't reach this level, we be say our security no they guaranteed. Make I show you a few, just a short clip of the footage as the youth then come out. So you see that crowd where they there come out to talk about insecurity, gains insecurity where BC then they face. Again, why it they hard for government in a sovereign state to fight insecurity? How those bad people then use the come in and out survive, just like some of their placards read. How do they use give them food? How do they sustain with food? How do they manage? How is it that security is so weak that we cannot fight them?
Precious, really, when I want to talk, I get emotional because I remember those days. I used to drive from Lagos to North, even the nights. There was a time I think my vehicle broke down somewhere along that Kogi side, and by the roadside, I saw friends. I saw people that I don't know. They brought water for me, and they brought kunu uh, for me. And one of them said I should come and sleep in their house. There was this sacredness of life. There was this love amongst ourselves. There was peace. Nobody suspects each other. Nobody asks me whether I'm Igbo man or Yoruba. They were just anxious to help me out. And few years now, everybody has become butchers. In the time that you will see a human being butchering a human being as if it's a goat. No remorse, no feeling. And we have leaders who grew up like me, who understand what it means for somebody to lose even a son, a beloved one. And because they feel that they are having security architecture within their reach, so they don't care about the vulnerables. And today, life has become more or less like an item. You will now bargain on how much somebody should be given before his release. And meanwhile, we have leaders who understand that the primary aim of being a leader is to protect the citizens. That is the core. I remembered when Nate House was burning, Shagari was outside the country. Shagari flew back, cut short everything, and came back. He was in Lagos. One of his priorities, one of the things he asked, which became very, very critical for me today was, say, please, let's do everything to ensure that nobody is lost in that fire. That is the heart of a leader. a leader who understands that his citizen is why any of his citizens why he is there. But what we have today, I'm sorry to say this, I'm very, very sorry. What we have today is like people who are like
Hmm.
vampires. You know, vampire love seeing blood, love seeing people being killed, love the sight of blood. These are the kind of leaders we have today. Abacha said it. He said every insurgent that lasts more than 48
Mm-hmm.
hours, so the government is involved. Recent revolutions showed through El-Rufai that 1 billion is being used to settle bandits. And I now ask myself, that means that these bandits are not ghosts. And that 1 billion that is being coughed out of the national coffer or from the state
Hmm.
coffer probably will not go all to the bandits. Probably give them 50 million, then the other one is shared. And they are sharing the blood of Nigerians, the blood of innocent citizens. How do you think that this country will be okay? Because if you don't understand what life is all about, then you don't know what blood means. So when you have leaders that, as at today, we have lost over 6,000 Nigerians on bandits and everything, and your leader is not concerned. Your leader is moving out from one country to another country talking about vacation. It gives you idea what we are having. A leader is like umbrella. He shares everybody in the city, everybody under him. The moment he leaves, that umbrella claps, everybody is drenched. So when you have a leader who is a father, who doesn't care about the life of his children, then it doesn't matter who died or who doesn't. And this is exactly what we have. We have leaders who are so wicked,
Hmm.
I'm sorry to say that, that they don't understand that one single individual in Nigeria matters. An American was kidnapped, and US sent just the best of their armed personnel to come and rescue one American. You know how much they must have spent
In that
to come for
operation,
that mission?
yes.
That gives you an idea about being
Hmm.
a
The value for
citizen.
life.
We don't have value for our
Hi.
citizens. Our citizens are they're like trade by barter.
Hmm.
It's like I was telling somebody the other day, and he said, "Don't say that outside." I said, "Our leaders, if given so much money, can trade us off
Hi. Are you serious? Sir?
because yeah, because to them, money is what they're after. They're not after your well-being. This corruption we are talking about over greediness, it's money. I'm asking myself, if a person has ₦1 billion in your account, I won't sleep, oh, because it will be as if I sleep, that money will return. 1 billion can take you for your whole of your life and you go. Just go and invest it, and you can be making cool 300, 400, I mean 2 million or 3 or 4 million naira every day. What do you need to have how many billions and you sacrifice the life of your citizens? This is where we are. This is the worst tragedy of a nation that cares less about its citizens, it cares more on personal benefit. If our president is very much empathic, I'm telling you, with all this killing, he has never come out forcefully to give the nation hope, not press statement. There's a way you speak, Nigerians will understand, yes, you really meant it. For every killing, it's like nobody. Nigerians have become chicken. In fact, every news item, now when you see 2 people killed, it doesn't make any news again. You just flap it. But when you see maybe 20, you can just read where the location is. There's no way, that humanness is out, because we have a leader who has equally sold out the humanness. Your leader is you, because you are looking at him as your mentor, as your compass. So whoever he is, become the emission of, or the imitation of who you are. When you have a compassionate leader, the citizens will be compassionate, because they are seeing their leader, they are seeing their father being compassionate. But when you have a leader who is not compassionate, nobody cares again. The issue is, once it's not me, doesn't matter. Once it's not my beloved one, doesn't matter. Once it's not, this is where we have become. Once it's not, in fact, now it has even generated to, once it's not my tribe. So how we have gotten deep into. Security situation can be traced, it can be tackled when the government really want to. And when we have the C&C, our C&Cs, really thinking about Nigerians, not thinking about self, not thinking about self-aggrandizement, not thinking about selfie, because everywhere he goes, he takes picture with whoever that is going. This is an aberration, because it's just crazy. Your citizens are dying, you're not even thinking. Every Nigerian life matters. Now, few days ago, how many in Zamfara? I'm not talking about Sokoto. I'm not talking about Katsina State. And nobody cares. Now you talk about the herdsmen having ranch. The governor that was saying this, why don't you take a step? Why don't you start that ranching and call people that, oh, see, all herdsmen come to my state. I'll give you land to ranch. I will give you support. I'll give you, encouragement. You just say things, but inward in you, you didn't mean it. This is who we are.
Right.
I think it's just funny.
Thank you.
It's
Thank
funny.
you. Thank you, sir. Phone lines are open, Nigerians.
Thank you.
I wanted to also speak something concerning the insecurity. I don't know if you know about the Ansar commanders that were responsible for the Kuje jailbreak. They don't finally arraign them.
Yeah.
And a 15 years jail term like they give them. So people come, they say, wait, people died as a result of that jail incident. And then they get only 15 years. Is that how we reward people for bad behavior in this country? Well, make I leave that one because there's nothing much to say about that. But now the way you don't mention tribe, I don't know whether you hear the story of the supposed or purported um, Obi of Lagos, where be say they don't arrest. So the Lagos State Police Command don't arrest 65-year-old Chibuike Azubike for allegedly parading himself as the Obi of Lagos. Now Azubike, a native of Oboduku, Ida North Local Government Area of Imo State, was arrested alongside 3 others: Chibuzo 57, Martins Waodike 65, and Ikechukwu Franklin Nandi 41 on Saturday. Now, according to the statement by Baba Sheyi Oluseyi, deputy spokesperson of the command, the suspects were planning to unveil a prototype of 1.5 billion palace of Obi of Lagos State on September 13 in Amuodofi. Now, acting on intelligence, police operatives sealed off the venue to prevent the event from holding and to protect members of the public from being misled. In furtherance to the preventive action, the command deployed adequate manpower, including conventional police operatives, Eco Strike Force teams, and other tactical squads. You see the squad them to the premises earmarked for the ceremony, according to the statement. In fact, part of the statement reads, their presence was to guarantee that the event did not hold as planned and to ensure that public order and peace within the area were not compromised. Now, Oluseyi added that the suspects are being held at the command headquarters in Ikeja and will be charged once investigations are concluded. Commissioner of Police Olohundare Jimo urged Lagos residents to remain vigilant. He wants that such acts are unlawful and capable of disturbing public peace. In fact, the command will continue to enforce the law firmly and decisively against any individual or group engaging in acts to undermine legality, public order, and the integrity of the state. That's what Jimo talk. Now, a lot of people they talk say, waiting being crime. Say they won't do Obi of Lagos ceremony. How is that a criminal offense? We go make police clamp down on them, arrest them very firmly, and all that. Why others they say, why you no mind your business for people village? Why you no mind your business? Why would you carry your wahala and come to people's place and want to? Let me take your thoughts on this conversation, sir, because there's actually different sentiments about this particular conversation. Whilst I open for people to
Yeah,
jump in. Go ahead, sir.
yeah. I'm not an emotional person, and I think apologies for that arrest. I applaud the
Oh,
police for
wow.
that arrest.
Wow, why?
Yeah, Igbos and they don't hear. They know they hear.
Are you not an Igbo man, sir?
They know they hear. I am Igbo man. You don't go to a place and start giving yourself so much of a loud mouth. We are just suffering from Ghana. Our people suffered in Ghana. Is that not
Oh,
an
by the way,
experience?
they are locking Nigerian shops now. Mostly na Igbo people shops that they lock down now for inside Ghana.
So,
Like
so
that, they're locking
what
down
is
their shops. Locking their shops, rather.
so what do they want to what do they want to achieve as Obi of Lagos? What is exactly is what they want to achieve? This is terrible. You see,
So somebody just
I
comment
don't
say make they use
know.
that money go build factory for Southeast instead of them to spend that money to build the
Like I
palace for
say,
inside
1.5 billion naira this thing, what do you call it,
palace.
palace for who? For who?
The Obi of Lagos.
Can his place, his village now? Can any Yoruba man come there and build Oba of Lagos, Oba of where's his place? Where's his place?
Oboduku.
Oboduku. Can a Yoruba man go there and say, I want to be Oba of Oboduku? In as much that Section 43 of the Constitution give everybody right, every citizen to live anywhere you want to. But we shouldn't be unmindful of our racial belongings, of our tribes, of where you come from. We should be very careful. And Igbos are not learning. That's why I'm so angry. When a friend of me sent me that invitation,
Ah, you were invited
a
to the
Yoruba man, he
occasion.
said, look what your guy. Yes. I said, thank God I'm here, I'm in village. Because it's to me, and I told him, I said, this is crazy. What is he doing with 1.5 billion naira in his village? Go to his village and see there are some youths there who cannot get scholarship to go to university. There are people there that you
And some
cannot
people are
even
saying that
empower.
what is wrong with some people are saying that what is wrong with being an Obi of Lagos? Is it not just a nomenclature? And he built us, is it not in his money? Has he come to take
So,
away the throne of Oba of Lagos? So
so
why are they coming to arrest him? Now wait till some people they
no,
talk. Say what
there's a
where they talk.
very big, let me tell you, anybody who is telling that is telling you a lie.
Mm.
Even us here, let's be very careful. And I'm telling you that his place. There's no way you can. I remembered what happened in Hope Uzodinma. Let me give you an instance. When he wanted to create Emirate in Imo State, what happened? People were vehemently against that. And they said that we should respect people's ancestral land. Yes, you went there to do whatever, you do it lawfully. They already have their own tradition. And if where you want to, let me even now tell you, where you want to establish a non title within the environment, you can apply to the governor. That's the procedure. You apply to the governor that you want to establish a certain, and the governor can give you assent. It happened in Cross River when the Hausas wanted to bring, is it something Sarki of Hausas in Calabar. The governor said no. Yes, no. So because see, we must, you see, for the fact that you can interact, you can live anywhere, you should only be mindful of those your host communities' do's and don'ts. You should not come and disrespect them. Okay, if you become Obi of Lagos, what is your perfect? What do you want to achieve? Is it that every Igbo man will now come to your palace or what? And of course, Igbos will not do that. So I don't know. You see, what my anger is that we are supposed to learn from what is happening to us now. Igbos are being hated for our loud mouth. We don't keep ourselves. Yes, we don't keep ourselves. If an Igbo man enter a bus, you will know. He will take the whole place. Doesn't care who is there. He will be talking with his whole mouth.
Oh yeah, phone lines are open.
You
I
can
just see
make
Nigerians not ready to respond to you for this cover.
I know.
My hand don't dey inside though. Now you talk, oh. I
Yeah,
know Nigerians not
yeah,
ready to respond to you for this conversation, but make I just look the phone lines very
yeah.
quickly. May they
Okay.
begin response to you. Nigerians phone
Mm.
lines are open 0817-029-4077. That's the number to call to join the conversation, right? You can call that number only on WhatsApp 0817-029-4077. And better still, it did the link where they for inside the pinned comment where you also see this post. Just follow that link. The link will bring you straight to the studio, make you for free be part of the conversation. You know, too hard like that. So look on our make we go begin take on a calls and on a reaction on the conversation. Hello, good evening and welcome. Hello, sir. Good evening, sir.
Yeah, it's Tony Chukwu.
Oh, Mr. Tony Chukwu, you're welcome.
Again, Dr. Madoka.
Okay, Dr. Madoka can hear you. Go ahead, please.
Okay, I can hear you, my brother.
Start with there is something that he said the time I called before. Then before I said the three other things, I hope I'll remember them as we talk.
Okay.
The first one is this. He said that if I'm quoting him correctly, that the illiterates are the one that vote the illiterates in power.
That he didn't say vote. He said put. He said put them. No, so he said no. He said illiterate. That is the professors. Them. Saying that then they put the
Yeah, the professors are the one who put illiteracy
I
in.
thought maybe he said that because my head was said because I wanted to tell him that not those is the professors.
That's what he's saying now. He said that the illiterate
Yeah, that's what I
are the
said.
ones who put the illiterate in power. Some of them NYSC certificate. Sorry, school cert self they don't get. They put them for power. That's what he said.
Sorry for that. He's right. So let him support. When the professors are going on strike, let them go because they have already collected their money in advance. So
but not all the professors now. It's not fair now.
I told you this thing the other time. The time you are still working at the other station, you didn't want to hear it.
Hey.
They have already collected their money in advance.
Yes, I agree with you, my brother.
Because majority of them,
I don't know why
they are co-professors and lecturers in advance.
Hey.
Yeah. Yes. In my last 2 weeks.
He can't hear you. He can't hear you. So kindly we'll let him finish so that he can respond. And
okay.
So go ahead.
Okay.
The other one is this.
Yeah.
The issue of food security and telling people to they got the president and precious is because it's already dark here, right? If not, I couldn't have. Sometimes there are some certain things when I try to call because I told you I moved within the rural area of United Kingdom.
Yes.
You can see for more than 1 week I have been here, or 2 weeks I have been at this place that I'm working now. The tractors have been coming in with loads and loads of maize. When I say maize, when they plant maize, they will harvest it with the corn and everything, match it with the leaves and everything, with the complete. And then some of them, some places they will take it for the animal food. They wrap it to allow it to ferment. So in the middle of the winter, they feed it to the animal. The farmers, those who have animals, who come and buy it.
Yes, sir.
The rest is going to where they produce ethanol, gas and oil. That's where they are dumping it. Now, in terms of food, that the government, sometimes we continue to try to borrow from the people that we know our system and theirs and all this. So in the Western world, if they want to control the price of food, they know what and what to do. So what would they do? They will first they know the supermarket, they will give them incentive, or they will remove tax, and the price will drop. Or they will go to the farmers, they will increase the subsidies they are giving them, and their price will drop. Some of the farmers, they know the people that transport their grains from one place to the other. The government can easily go to those transport companies and say, whatever you are doing, we take the bill. So to allow the price to drop, you will see the price will drop. Or they will go to the company that transport those food from the warehouses or from there to the supermarket, and the price will drop. It's not the same thing in Nigeria. And the government, when they are talking all these things, some people like me that knows all these things, it start making me unhappy because they're playing in the brain of some of us.
Sorry,
and not only that, they are calling some of us fools.
Sorry, sir.
You can't do that.
That's just...
It can't work in Nigeria. Because do the government know they give a subsidy to the farmer that is producing cow meat or chicken? I mean the poultry farmer? No. The fertilizer, are they giving it free? Even if they give it free, it's not only fertilizer they need to make the crop grow. They need other herbicide and pesticide. Have they reduced it? The answer is no.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Okay, the third one. Oh yeah, make I let you finish the third one, no vex, so that others go to talk. Go ahead, sir.
It's all right. I leave all that, so I don't want to use. I will still call again.
All right, sir. Thank you, sir. All right, Dr. Matuk, I want to react to him before I take other calls.
Yeah, he's already answered it, because the issue is that the government is telling you that they want to reduce the price, and the one that are giving 5% the tax on petroleum, thereby increasing the cost of transport. And those costs are going to be imputed in the cost of the goods that the farmers are going to. So it's not possible. Like he said, you can see how their own is. Like I said, it's a planning process. You don't just wake up and say you want to do it. There must be a process. And people will see you have taken this. It's a long-term issue. Before UK get into this system, this well-coordinated system, they've planned it years ahead. It's not something you just wake up today say, like you said, if they want to, there's processes, there are places they can go. They can go to supermarket. Like our own, we don't even have cooperative, which could have been the best, to go nowhere. You don't have transport. The roads are not there. So how do you want to crash a product? So it's just unfortunate anyway. So thank you. I think I buy with everything.
So you people are saying that you don't believe our government when they say they want to crash food price. It's not going to.
With government of propaganda.
No vex. Make I take another call. Good evening and welcome, Mr. Comparable Facts. That should be my mop, Mr. Mop. I caught you. I caught you. Good evening, sir. Welcome.
Greeting everybody. Yeah, greeting Dr. Maduka. Nice to have you on this platform.
Good evening, my brother.
It's a pleasure to have you on this platform. So let me begin about the Igbo guy that's tried to build a palace in Lagos. I mean, it's
ordinary palace.
Our Igbo people, they don't learn something. I mean, what is the purpose of building the palace? I mean, how is that supposed to benefit you? I don't understand. I mean, in a single country, okay, like Precious was trying to argue with you, I know you were trying to play the devil advocate, that, you are free to do anything, whatever you want or whatever. But Nigeria is not a single country like that. We are a very tribalistic country. If it is the country where I am, you can go to that country, you can go to a different state and do something like that because it's going to benefit the government for tax purposes or that kind of things. There's benefit. But Nigeria, we have to, respect our country. It's just a pity. That's where we are. We haven't gone, we have not developed up to
Yeah.
that stage whereby you can do anything or vote in a state wherever you are. Because in USA where I am, after 1 year in the state you move to, you know, you already obtain your residency. You can vote. Yeah, you can have anything there. But Nigeria is not that way. Is it not somebody from Abia State, Kano, or wherever, that was trying to propose something about 10 years? And where does that go? They scroll that down. But it's just opinion. So before I proceed, let me make some points. Then I will ask you some questions. You made a statement about
Okay.
you made a statement about earlier about what APC is using right now. We know they are using Togre, shutting down meeting, silencing the opposition. In Nigerian contest law, because they are using violence, threatening properties and damaging other things. In my own opinion, that's terrorist. But you try to be political correct. If I'm right, you tell me. I mean, if you really define it in Nigerian context, that's a terrorist act. Yeah, regardless of how you try to
Exactly.
sugarcoat it.
No, yeah, I did. If you listen attentively at my last statement, I said that could be qualified as terrorist.
Okay.
When I said what Ogbeni said can be qualified as a terrorist act, because threat, violence, even murder, because sometimes they kill. So all of them are attributes of terrorism. So we cannot exonerate it. But in Nigerian context, we use a word that we look more of trying to appease everybody. Because terrorism to Nigeria is like only those who are the Sambisa forest with gun and this and that shooting. But internal terrorism is what really that is happening now, right now, amongst our political landscape. And it's unfortunate, really. I agree with you, it's a terrorism act. Thank you.
Okay. So my second point I wanted to say, make a statement. The young man that spoke earlier, I've forgotten his name, was talking about, I think he's an Obi supporter. What he said about Obi. I mean, let's be factual. I'm not here to say Obi is a saint. I don't know much about Obi. I'm not from Anambra State. So
Yeah.
but from what I read, I mean, let's be fair. If there's any criminality, forget about all those he invested money away and everything. If there's any criminality behind Obi, Obi would have been arrested today or caught by EFCC. But he's the only governor. And everybody from Anambra, about 90 something percent of the people, apart from people involved politics, they have spoken great about Peter Obi. So it cannot be coincident. We know how the Igbos are. Believe me, because like you said, we don't have anything. I'm from Imo State. I mean, if I see hope for them, I will kick him. I mean, literally, okay? I'm definitely. This is how much I hate him, okay? I mean, Okorocha and some of the
Sure.
people that have governed Igbo land. We don't miss our word.
Yeah.
Every such event has come and comment, say about Obi. I mean, it can be nothing but truth. Okay, if you look at Obi background, look at Lagos State government. Like Precious did that like about a month ago. When they leave office, they will have a house in Abuja. They will have a house in Lagos. I mean, continuously every
Lagos.
year they
Yeah.
keep on changing their house, keep on changing their car, and they are pension for life. But
Yeah.
Obi, if you look at Obi antecedent, it doesn't have that. So I'm agreeing with that man. I've been watching Obi, seriously. I met him when he came to USA, something like that. So I believe he's the only competent. Does he have any kind of, so I don't know, it's all politics that can, that can take at least we start from somewhere. But having said that, let me ask something about this ADC. In my own opinion, don't you think it's a better party for P2B to go in because of their structure and power? If they have people like,
Yeah.
even at all, I don't agree with people like El-Rufai, Atiku, and some other big gods. But in Nigerian system, you need a big structure party in terms of finance, all that kind of thing, in order to stand
Yeah.
this party. Because this party we have right now is a very, demonic, devilish party. They will use anything necessary, target and anything to win. There's already a case study in some of the elections that previously took place, like the one in Edo State. So they're going to win it if you don't have. So what do you think about? How do you see will be aligning with say? Do you think, from your own opinion, eventually the ADC is going to come with their senses and form this, the big alliance that can be able to challenge? I don't know if they're going to win. But what do you think about that, sir?
Yeah, the best
While you're
that
answering that,
ADC.
sir, let me quickly just add to you this evening. So P2B, I don't know if you're
Okay.
aware that P2B and met with Goodluck Ebele Jonathan, and then he's come out to say that his meeting with the former president was very, very successful. He did say quite a lot. He said that their closed-door meeting was fruitful and focused on national issues, basically. There's been issues about Peter Obi stepping down for Goodluck Jonathan and all that. So let me just quick. I thought to just drop that there. Wow.
Okay. Okay. The best that the ADC could do is project to be. Let me come another way to tell you that P2B, even last election, I live in Lagos, in my area, dominated by majority Yorubas. If you know Magodo side, Magodo, Ketu, they are all Yoruba dominated.
Okay.
But I tell you that Obi won that area very, very with wide margin. It's because of his antecedent and his character. Why are they fighting him? They knew that if Obi is on the ballot, definitely he's going to take the day. And like you rightly said, the only platform is not a Labour Party because Labour Party has already been bought. PDP is already in shambles. So the only opposition, the only place that he can end the reputation in end 2023 is ADC. Now, back to your Jonathan and Obi meeting. Let me tell you, Jonathan and Obi, during the election of 2015, Obi backed Jonathan 100%. So he backed him. So there was this, they have been friends since then. Secondly, Atiku Abubakar, in 2023, before Obi left PDP, was Atiku's candidate for PDP. It was once a week that scuffled that thing. In fact, Atiku said that he wouldn't have contested if Obi has been given the mandate. But because when Obi left, and Wike was brown, green, and making noise, and that he's going to take, that was why he came on board. So the permutation everybody is given in that, because Obi has already said 4 years, and Atiku want to be a president, even anyhow. The permutation is that now Jonathan has said, "Hey guys, look me, not coming in." And with the meeting with
Are
Obi,
you sure Jonathan is
which
not
I know
coming in?
has been
Jonathan's
sealed.
brothers have said consistently that he's coming.
Don't
And
worry, don't
Jonathan never
worry. He
never using
himself.
two tell us in a lie and then they come. So you sure? See Jonathan talk like that?
No, yeah, no, yeah. From some reliable place,
Okay.
people have told him, "Look, you have earned your reputation." And if I were him, that reputation is more than coming back.
Okay.
So people are dragging him, but people have told him, "Look, stay off. Earn your respect. You are already a global person. If you come now and soil your name, it will damage you forever." And you know, Jonathan, for that single word, no Nigerian blood is more than this one. That word has resonated everywhere. So if you come now and there's a violence, there's trade, there's murder, there's everything, and you come to power, that particular global recognition will elapse, even if he wins. But I think the best thing for him is just to keep quiet, support whoever he wants to support. And I know even if he's going to support Obi, I know that one. Then the only thing is, remember, during the campaign in 2023, Peter Obi never went to Adamawa to campaign. And when they asked, he said, that is where his mentor is. He only went there to go and greet Atiku. And they ate together, and he didn't campaign there. That's a respect. So when you have such a person and it's coming like this, there's something happening. But they will not open it now. This is strategy. The
So you think
strategy
that
is
the
that
fact
they
that
won't
Jonathan is not
open.
coming out plainly to say I'm not contesting is strategic?
It's strategic.
Okay.
Atiku has already said, I'm contesting. It's strategic. Amazing, we know, it's just by the side, but it's
So now,
strategic.
not just wait and
Everything
be
is
like
given.
this.
No, let me tell you what they want to do. They don't want APC to have a clue of who is coming until the last time. Because if they do, APC may target that person. So it's a strategy. Political strategy is reading your opponent. So Atiku came out say he's contesting, Ameti came out say he's contesting, other people are still coming out to contest. It's a strategy. So now APC cannot pin. That's why as of today, they don't even know whether Obi is even, look at even what they did. Still maintain your domain in Labour Party as if you're there. No wahala. El-Rufai, maintain your domain as if you're SDP. No wahala. So it's all strategy.
But this strategy,
So
now,
that's the
every time they
shock.
insult them, talk, say they are neither here nor there. They're even insulting Obi that he's not likely to get the ticket.
It's deliberate. It's a strategy. Because APC is doing that thing to pop up whatever they want to as their last card, which they are not going to give. The guys in ADC, from where I looked at, from my perspective, they are not stupid people, because they know for you to unseat this man, you must be smarter than this man. And that smarter means that you don't give your ball, or you don't give your card now. If you give your card now, APC will target that person. So the best thing is now that APC is not even sure who is coming, but I bet you Obi is coming.
So my last question, sir, before I leave, questions. Give me 1 more minute.
Go
Yeah.
ahead.
So
Okay.
there's a comment that was translated here earlier about Tinubu, being a Democrat. I mean, in my own opinion, I don't think Tinubu was ever a Democrat. I mean, we know his antecedent. We know his dodgy background. So I'm not going to come here and restate that. Everybody knows about that. But in my own opinion, I think he was being very pretentious. He was using that to get power. And I'm going to give you an example. Look at the emergency rule in undemocratic emergency rule in Rivers State. Um, he used the state institution, to subjugate, the opposition. And I can go on and on and on. He has not shown me he has not shown me any epitome to be a Democrat. I think, like he properly stated in Chatham House. I think that was stated in the back room. He said, grab, snatch it, and run. That is the person of
No,
Tinubu
yeah.
is. So there's nothing democratic about it. So if you don't mind, elaborate, because Tinubu is not a democratic. I mean, the guy is what I can call a mob rascal. That's the kind of mentality he has. In my own opinion, I'm saying it. So can you elaborate on that? Then I will give other people a chance.
Okay. I said it. I think that was first question that I answered. You've said it. Democracy is all about opposition. Democracy is all about association. Where is stifled, where there's some kind of friction, where there's an impediment, is no more democracy. And I mentioned something about Mafian attributes. You just said it. To get to a position, you can use any tactics. And like I said, mafians can kill. What they are interested in that position. Once they get to that position, they now become what you call godfathers. And it's become very, very hard for you to remove, because they're going to tackle and they're going to track everybody who wants to be in opposition. So as of today, there's a problem in democracy in Nigeria. And that's what I'm saying, that
Hello, Dr. Madoka. I think he's having a network glitch. I think there's a network glitch, unfortunately.
He's frozen.
He's frozen.
Well, let me go, but he probably hearing me right now, Dr. Madoka. Thank you for coming to our platform, because this is our platform. We just nominated Precious to anchor the platform.
Not be smart,
We nominated Precious to anchor the platform. So please come next time.
Thank you.
Your intellect
Thank
will
you
be
for the
needed
honor.
here. Thank you very much. Good night, sir.
Thank
I
you.
appreciate, bro.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you
Mm,
so much.
thank
Thank
you.
you.
Mm.
All right, so let
So-
me see who's here.
Sorry,
I thought I
precious.
saw TY Danjuma at the back. Yes,
Mm.
absconded. Sir,
Somebody called. So
you
sorry.
wanted to talk?
When it happened like that, I know that somebody calls. I'll just knock off the phone in the line. Okay.
Okay,
Mm,
all right,
okay.
all right. Hello, good evening and welcome.
Precious.
Okay,
My
sir.
greetings to Mo.
Oh,
Mo is always not is now a humble pie. Before he used to come up and then destroy the platform with his way of, but he's not a good man. So I now
hey.
like listening
It,
to him.
it's my Mr. Mop that you're yabbing like this. Go ahead,
No,
please.
he's not a good man. Yeah,
Go
he
ahead.
doesn't behave like Ofo or anymore.
Should you forward again? Go ahead,
Yeah.
please.
So, so yeah, there is something that I wanted to say about the traditional ruler and the
Yes.
whatever.
Yes.
Now, Dr. Madoka, if you can agree with me that this issue of Igbos having this title, and the rest of them, the Yorubas started it. And how did they start it? Now, they will go and give all this title to some of the rich Igbo businessmen in Lagos. And in Igbo land, some of these people that they are giving, I'm from Anambra, so there are some of them, I don't want to mention their name, that you find out that the back home, back from the town they came from, they cannot even get any title there because of their background. But at Lagos, another will give them a title. And when they come back, they are now being respected because of being forced to kind of get a title from their hometown. Now, and all these things, because there is something that we, the Igbos, are doing. Sometimes you look at it, you ask yourself, why all this nonsense of Igwe and all this thing and the rest of them? So you are Obi, you want to be an Obi somewhere in Lagos or outside Igbo land. So if you have that title, what happens when you go to your town? Would the Igwe in your town or the Obi of that town or the whatever they have will respect you for coming? Let us use, for example, in the Catholic Church, when a bishop comes to another bishop, to another diocese, the host bishop, one of them, either the host bishop will remove his cap when they are celebrating Mass. A kind of respect. So you cannot come into another man's territory and you say that you are the OB or the crown or whatever. I mean, and then when you go back, what are you going back as what in your own town? I don't know if you are getting what I say, because if you are a military somewhere in another town and you go to another town, another state as a military officer, you need to show your badge and your rank, then they will respect you there. So whatever they are doing, they are causing problem anywhere they go. You cannot do this, because when they are doing all these things, it's sending a signal, and the way they do it, you see they will be receiving all this homage, and then at the same time they will be taking a kind of, there are some other monetary benefit that comes from it to them. Because anything they will say, go and talk to them. Sometimes I have said that all this Igwe and tradition we have in Igbo land or in Nigeria should be abolished, because every time you can that comes in, they will go and pay homage. Oh, best one that will change the state. Another one will come in, they will go and say the same thing. Have they condemned any government? And even now that hunger is eating everybody, have you heard it from any of them saying something bad? They will tell you, oh, Tinubu is the best.
Thank you. Thank you so
much. This government is the best.
Hey, Dr. Madoka. Ogato Nichu, don't scatter small people way. Be say we'll try to manage the But really, our traditional rulers, why does it look like they're all somehow in support of any government in power? They like opposed to the government in really power. Why are they like that? Is it because we gradually politicize the political traditional institutions in Nigeria?
Yeah, I think so, because the Constitution gave rise to the governor to give instrument of power to every traditional ruler. So whoever that gives controls. So that is the major, and the governors pay them the stipend for their monthly stipends. Just not everybody that want to be I came from the royal family. I was given, and I said I don't want. And I'm still secretary to the palace, as to the person who is there now. Because I just look at those things as nothing, because it doesn't define the truth about who you are. The who you are is your attitude, your character, the life you live, you know. So that's me as a person. And so when I see people trying to get this title, what I see is people who are trying to up their CVs, or who are inferiority kind of. They want to,
Hmm.
they want people to notice them. But I see life as the most simplified thing because it's mystery. I don't need a title for me to be Maduka. I don't need a title for me to do good thing. I don't need a title for me to establish my relationship with people. What I need is my character. We are talking about Obi today. It's not because Obi should be a doctor. If now some people now they go down, they put Doctor Peter Obi. But you see, it's this thing. Simple. PO. I have my local government Chinedu Ekeke, and that's what he puts. He doesn't put other title. Just Chinedu Ekeke. I even the doctor. So me putting it for me because I ended. And in Nigerian sphere, if you don't put it, it's as if maybe it was awarded to him. You know. So these are why I even put doctor. Otherwise, for me, I would have just Sonny Maduka. I'm okay because title has been messed up in Nigerian context. Before you become a doctor, there are certain level of moral standard people expect you to exhibit. Before you become Eze, there are certain moral and ethical value people expect you to be. But it's no more like that now because Eze is now being given by the governors. Before you are giving Eze, it is family issue. It's Umunna issue. But it's no more now. If the governor didn't like you, he can remove you and put another person. So that's why you see all of them gravitating into supporting the ruling class or the ruling party or the ruling governor. And that's just it. Until we change certain things, Igbos will still not live and learn. And I'm just begging them, please, wherever you are, try to obey the laws, especially the ancestral laws of their host communities. You can be there, make your money, and come back. You don't need to make noise. And this thing, let me tell you what it has given rise to. It has given rise that Igbos are now being looked on as people who are after title. Anywhere where I want to title, everyone. So, and it's not good to our own image, to our own brand image. And from indication, what I see is mostly all these traders. Because if somebody who is learned, you're a doctor, you're a professor, so what do you want to add chief in it? So I see some people putting it professor chief. I saw one there. I was telling her, bros, why you put? He said that is high chief. It's not even chief that he put high chief. I said, look, you're just I don't know. So which one do I choose? Do I choose prof or do I choose high chief? So I should call all that. I said no. So people are
All right. So,
identity is no more you. It is now the title.
all right, sir. So as to wrap up, I'd like to quickly ask the federal government don't talk, say, from January, anybody will not get tax ID, no go feed do bank. Anybody will not get tax ID, no go feed bank. You cannot send, you cannot withdraw money, you cannot run transaction. What does that mean? What is to come for Nigerians in 2026 with this? Because a lot of people they worried, especially because some people will get accounts, will get open account for their grandmothers and aged parents. They just open up for a purpose of fit sending them money. Some of those aged parents, not even then they operate their accounts. You have people going to help them operate, going to withdraw money for them from that account and all that. So what does this really mean for Nigerians, especially when they talk, say this tax bill, let they target the point, they actually target people who get money. What does it mean by mandating everyone to have a tax ID?
No, it's a tragedy. That's the simple I would say. It's a tragedy, especially for the poor. You see, I came to the village and I realized that majority of the women and the elderly don't even have name. With name, you can open a bank account. So we have to arrange and bring people to come and register them so that they can get. I know what it takes. Some of them to give 1,000. You know how it is. So some of us bear the cost. Now, you want to talk about tax ID. Tax ID, to obtain tax ID, just what I've been talking about: strategy, planning, process. You will have by now start educating people how they can go about getting the tax ID. Not everybody is working in government, because if you are working in government, it's easy for you to have a tax ID generated by the government
Yeah,
to
by the government,
your
exactly. So
personal
for those who, that's exactly why I'm saying this. For those who are not even working at all, who perhaps not just because of their children or something,
village,
then they
and
send
then
them.
village, everything. So, and they just depend on that small money that their children bring for them, and they will just take ATM to POS to collect that money. And they are not even telling my grouse. There's nothing bad in that tax ID. My major problem is that you're supposed to educate people on how to go about getting it. And then you give a long rope, probably 2-3 years, for you to say tax ID, you started tax ID September. You say by December it's ended. How many people will get tax ID? What is the process for the rural woman? How do a palm one tapper get tax ID? And that's bring me back to National Orientation Agency. We have them, but they are the worst dormant department of the government. Because once this come up, they are the ones who are supposed to orientate the citizens not only about the need, but on the processes. For instance, this is my advocacy. It happened when NIM was coming. Some banks were mandated. When a customer comes, he doesn't have a NIM, you can create NIM. I did that in one of the banks. When I got there, I said I don't have NIM, only for me to remember that we're the first set that captured it. They opened their system, they saw that I've done it before. They printed the slip for me. And that's sad. And they now open up, and I now talk to them. They now open up a small office where people come, the banker, that's their customers, will come and do their name. That is how it's supposed to be. You just wake up. I think our leaders are just something else. Somebody just woke up, something will just enter his head, will just say it without minding the consequences of that certain pronouncement. We are in trouble. If you want to catch the big men, will your catching the big men not disrupt the poor people? Because the poor people too, you've been telling them to bank. Now they managed to put their 2,000 naira in the bank, and now you said you're not going to give them access because they don't have tax ID. The old woman will ask you, what is the tax ID? So my problem is the government should start to open the process, tell people how they can obtain it, so that if it's something you can do online, we can do for our old people, so that everybody will have tax ID. Or if something they will pay, or government, and this kind of thing is supposed to be free. It's supposed to be free. So that's the only thing I can say. As I now is still murky, the government is still not coming forth. So It's just the same confucianists we have in government. When you have confucianists in government, everything becomes confused. So that's the only thing I
Hmm.
will, yeah, that's my phrase. When you have confucianists,
All right.
everything becomes confused. Mm.
Everything becomes confused. All right, Dr. Madoka, I'd like to say a big thank you to
Thank
you. It's
you.
been such a long time, almost a 3 hour marathon recently.
Yeah.
Sorry. I don't stress you.
Yeah,
I don't stress you. No, it's not vex on me,
it's
I
okay.
beg.
It's cool.
Not vex on me.
Okay.
Thank you so much for obliging us and then giving us your time. I beg. Then when next to call you, we look forward to you also obliging
No
us and coming
problem.
to this
No problem.
platform and speaking to us and giving us what you get for your head. We appreciate you
Thank you.
big time. Thank you so
And
much.
you too. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Okay.
Do enjoy the rest of your
Have a
day.
wonderful evening.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you,
Bye.
guys. Okay.
Thank you.
Bye.
Sir. Bye. All right, Nigeria. That's the size of our packages. Even I like to say a big thank you to all of you. Okay, so I saw your message, Obinwa. You said that the story about ADC getting caught that easily. Like, because I didn't have time to get that read that story down. So I don't know if you remember that in September 4, Nafi Bala, the person who says that he's the authentic chairman of the ADC, remember him? He got a court order stopping David Mark led leadership from carrying themselves as the leadership of the ADC. If you remember that, so it is not a false news. Except there's another story you're, referring to, and not this particular one. And just so you know, please, I'd like to state this: I don't do sensationalism. You've never seen me carry any fake news here, except it is very, very confirmed. I would never do that. I am not here for the views. I'm not here to carry fake stories or sensational stories so that I'll get views. As I told you, I have a paying job. So this does not give me money. It's not about the views, it's about giving appropriate information to our people and us brainstorming on how we move our country forward. So not be about views. I beg you. So I don't carry false stories. And before I carry any story, I confirm it from two, three, four major areas. Even the one that is not even published in the newspapers, basically, I make sure that I confirm from people involved. Sometimes you also see me even get those things from maybe their social media handles and all that. Even the ones we use maybe carry. That's why I always bring you evidence. So please, 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 that story is not fake. Okay? Just to point it out. So please, people can carry all the stories they want. That's why if I hear a story about somebody being sick or somebody dying, I would not carry until I confirm it, just so that I don't stand the risk of carrying a fake news, because that's not what I do here. It's not about the rush to carry a fake story or carry a story, and at the end of the day, it becomes a fake news. And you know what that does to you? It makes you lose credibility. And I cannot wash away my over 20 years in journalism because of quick views. For what? For how much? So please, I appreciate you anyway for calling my attention to it. And I think I've also put up a link to where you can check. In fact, I will get you link across most mainstream media platforms where you can get the facts of that conversation. So please, I hope that with this few point of mine, I've been able to um, you know. So yes, ADC is denying it. ADC is saying that they are not aware. In fact, okay, I'll try to get Bolaji Abdullahi to join us in this platform next week. ADC is saying they are not aware of it. ADC, in fact, Bolaji Abdullahi also said that the other day when he was with what's his name, Shewon Kimbaloye, on his show, that they are not aware of any other faction. And for all I care, that may be a political statement, because we've been seeing Kachiku, we've been seeing this guy come up here, Nafiu Bala come up to say he's authentic chairman. And for Bolaji Abdullahi to say he doesn't know them. And I think I can understand that. Perhaps because they really don't matter. You know, say a lot of people they talk, say most of these people with the front saying that them be the leadership of the party, most of them are paid agents from one place or the other. That's what people are insinuating. So it is also safe on the party to admit that they don't really know them by not giving them attention. Do you understand? But that is not to say that that thing did not happen. For you to say it is fake news means that it's not even in the news. It didn't happen. That's not true. It did happen. But it's okay for the party itself to discredit it. You understand? They have the right to their response or how they react to that. But the story itself, it's not a lie. I don't know if you get my point. Because I also heard Bolaji Abdullahi say that on China's television with Seun Kimaloye, that he doesn't know of any faction in the party. But meanwhile, you and I are saying, I mean, I'm sure Kachiku was in channels today too, ranting too. He also claims he'll be part of leadership of ADC. And ADC said they don't know him. So you can see that. And this Nafi Bala, you've heard him several times come out to say that he's the authentic chairman of the party. And they say they don't know him. So it doesn't mean that there was no such court order. So saying that that story about the court order is false is actually where I'm looking at, and not you know other stuff. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. I had to quickly Yeah, I see your response to that, and I appreciate you guys. Thank you to everyone who has made this show a thing. I love you guys and I appreciate you. Make gonna follow us like on a village report. You've not clicked on the subscription button. What are you waiting for now? Oh yeah, go and like the post now. Like it. Like it. Only 53 like. After how many hours? Why are people doing like this now? Oh yeah, go and like. Share this post. And of course, follow us like a village report. Subscribe. I will see you guys again tomorrow evening, God willing, with my usual Friday guests, Saturday guests, and all that. Just like I said, I try to get some, people, representatives of some parties to join us next week on the show. For now, it's a goodbye. I love you guys. Protect your mental health because wahala no dey finish show. He who worries about Nigeria and runs away lives to worry another day. One. Good night and God bless you. Bye.